Hello everyone, and we are live. Welcome to episode 40 of my Friday night live stream series. And tonight I'm joined by four fantastic guests as always. And first up we've got John from Mondo Chelloveck Movies.
Hello Scott, thanks for having me.
No worries, great to have you on. Finally, John, been wanting to get you on for a while.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And next up we have Andy from Forgotten World of Movies.
Hey up everyone.
And next up we have Keith from Euphoria Pictures returning back again.
Hey everybody, and thanks again Scott for having me.
No worries, good to have you on again, mate.
Appreciate it.
And lastly we have Nigel, Rockgod 2004.
Good evening, motherfuckers.
Thank you all so much for joining me tonight. Really do appreciate it as always.
Thanks for having us, mate.
Thanks very much. Cheers.
No worries. And before we get into comments, I always ask one question before we get into comments. What have we been watching recently? John, would you like to go first?
Well, actually, today I watched this.
Oh, was it?
Oh yeah.
Anybody seen this?
Yeah.
I haven't, no.
How would him out of Dracula say that? The Wizard.
Yeah, the Wizard. Udo. Yes, the Virgins.
The Wizard.
No, it was decent. It had a good twist in it. I enjoyed the twist. I thought the ending could have been better, but in general, I got this for £1. I got this in the Odeon cinema. They were selling them off, like everything for £1. So I got this one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was a pretty decent watch. Well, from that, I haven't really watched anything. I watched a box set of movies, DVDs, that I watched on a TV that wasn't an HD TV, and there was a Blu-ray player, and this DVD looked better than a Blu-ray. In fact, it looked like a 4K. So I'm going to put this set onto my setup in here. So I was watching it at work, and if it's that good, I'll reveal what it is. If it's not, then I'll not talk about it. But I don't want to talk about those films.
Well, that's fucking handy. We want to know what it is now.
Well, you just have to wait, Nigel, won't you?
Yeah, but if it's shit, you're going to never tell us that. Well, I'm sorry if it's crap, so I'm sorry. I'm not telling you. Suffer.
If it's crap, I'll say, look, it was this, whatever. But I'll tell you what, I couldn't believe what I was looking at. It was so good. But so I watched all of them films, so that was kind of the other thing. So it was only them and The Visit that I did. So been a bit of a barren month in watches. I've been watching $6 Million Man as well. And we're really
nice.
Even though it's kind of rubbish, but rubbish in a good way.
Awesome, some good watches there, John. Really cool stuff there. And what about yourself, Andy?
So I watched 2 films last night. I watched the Philadelphia Experiment.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That was all right. Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Is that an old one?
Yeah.
Produced by John Carpenter.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I watched a movie called The Replacement Killers.
I've heard that's good.
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, I've seen that.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I watched the Manhattan Project with John Lithgow.
Oh, right, yeah.
Good movie, that.
Good.
I like that movie.
I watched Warlock with Richard E. Grant and the actor we lost in January, Julian Sands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
That was a pretty good movie. I watched the Flamingo Kid with Matt Dillon. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead. I watched that as well. Enjoyed that film. I watched this film and I actually enjoyed it. I watched the remake of Psycho.
You couldn't have liked that.
I did.
What?
That was the most calm answer I was expecting from Kate. Oh, that fuck
I'm
off.
sorry.
You're not just going to say that.
I always say each to their opinions, but my God, you can't like that movie. Surely not.
It's no way as it's carbon copy of the original. It's a pointless movie.
Yeah.
But
was it the masturbating scene that done it for you?
Oh God. Christ.
I honestly think it might have been improved if they'd got somebody else to play Norman.
Imagine the director. Was it Gus Van Sant? Imagine that he was actually at home one day and he goes, "You know what Psycho needs? Psycho needs a good masturbation scene.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to put into my remake." It's ridiculous.
And just a wee spot of colour.
Yeah, spot of colour.
Oh, and a nice close-up of Anne Heche's ring piece.
But, yeah, I also got some films I'm going to watch tomorrow as well. So I'm going to watch this for the first time. Summer School.
Cool.
I haven't seen that before.
Never, no.
And I got some bootlegs as well. So this is a movie that never got a release past VHS. It did get a Laserdisc, but it's a movie with Diane Keaton called Looking for Mr. Goodbar from the 70s.
No, I did that one.
Yeah.
Give that a watch.
Let's see fucking pick 'em.
I got this as well on Blu-ray, Little Darlings. So I'm going to give that a watch tomorrow as well.
Oh, I fancy that.
Yeah, so we're going to see what that's like. But yeah, that's everything I've been watching at the minute.
Nice.
Awesome. Some great stuff there, Andy. Really cool watches there, mate. No worries. What about you, Keith?
Yeah, so I watched 3 movies last night. This is the first time I've ever done this. I've actually watched all 3 Jordan Peele movies in one night.
Wow.
Oh,
It is.
nice.
Starting with Nope, Us, and Get Out. I did it in the order of how I enjoy the movies. So I left Get Out, my favourite, to last. So I had a great night with them 3 movies. Absolutely incredible. Now, just like Andy, I have a few movies that I am. This week is huge. I can't stress to you how excited I am because I have in my hands now probably my most anticipated 4K release of the year, which is Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be watching that tomorrow night. And Wednesday next week, I am going to have a horror collection on 4K that I don't think anybody knows is coming out. The House Collection is coming out.
I didn't know.
I bought.
No.
It's the most deluxe, one of the most deluxe editions I've ever seen. It comes in a leather-bound book, and there is 5 media books inside this leather book, and all of them are 4K, all 4K transfers.
Ooh.
So coming Wednesday, hopefully. So
That sounds great.
it's going to be massive. Looking forward to next week.
Awesome. That sounds really
Love the
cool,
house
to be
movies.
fair.
Mm-hmm.
Some really good watches there, Keith. I do really
Thank
like
you.
the Jordan Peele films. To be fair, he's done some really good ones. What about you, Nigel?
Soon as I watch Wednesday, I'll go through them again. Wolf of Wall Street, first time I'd ever seen that. Absolutely loved it. I thought it was absolutely amazing. Uncut, Infinity Pool,
Nice.
starring Andy.
Yeah.
For the first time I watched that James Spader film, Jack's Back.
Oh, right, yeah.
Somebody doing a copycat of the Jack the Ripper killings. Really, really enjoyed it. I just stumbled upon it on YouTube. There it was. I mean, obviously, every 5 minutes you're getting fucking adverts, but what a great film. I'm going to try and track down the Scream Factory release of it, actually. Went to see The Warriors at the cinema, which looked absolutely phenomenal on the big screen. Watched The Toxic Avenger on a watch-along thing. That was a hell of a lot of fun. Really enjoyed that.
That was good, yeah.
First time watch again. Last Action Hero. I'd never seen that before. Absolutely loved it.
I love it.
Great.
Great film.
Really nice 4K as well. And then this turned up yesterday. I absolutely adore that film. Gregory's Girl.
No, John, you just watched that, didn't you, as well? I've seen your video on it.
Yeah, I got it and watched it immediately. Got home because I was going to watch it anyway. 4K was talked about. I thought I'd get the 4K. Got it, watched it, loved it as always. It's like it's just transport back to your childhood immediately.
Exactly.
I don't think any other film could do that to me. Oh, Gregory's Girl, it's just brilliant. Even when I watch it, I want to watch it again.
I'm the same.
Ones that I do with, but yeah, it isn't it? It's so like, and you know what's coming up. You know all the little, all the dialogue, but you just love it.
Doesn't matter. If you ever feel like shit, or if you ever chewed up, or you feel down or whatever, stick that on, and I don't know how the fuck it does it, but it just relaxes you and just gets you straight out of it. It makes you forget everything. It just transports you back to 1980. It's unreal.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. No, excellent 4K as well.
And I laugh at him every time I watch it. John Gordon Sinclair. It never loses its humour. I thought the 4K looked really good, apart from, the beginning bit where she's running and the titles come on.
Yeah.
That sky went a little bit, oh, you fucker, that was painful. But then after that, I mean, the colours on it were beautiful.
That's why I see. That's what happens when you get two elements on screen. You see, they can't remaster them.
Yeah.
So that's why I always say in my videos that when I'm reviewing a 4K movie of an older movie, I always say get past the credits first, because they always look terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
But I will keep the Blu-ray as well, because that looked fantastic on Blu-ray. But not only that, did you notice, John, on the Blu-ray, they'd actually left the old AA certificate on the front.
Yeah, when I was flicking,
they
I
did
put
put
the
it on the
Blu-ray on,
4K.
just to do some screenshots that had that whole thing on. So yeah, I know what you
absolutely amazing film. Definitely one of, if not my favourite British film. Love it.
Yeah.
Awesome. It's a great watches there, Nigel. Really cool stuff there.
Cheers, Scott.
No worries. I watched a couple of films recently. I watched Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse yesterday, which was fantastic. Really enjoyed that film. Amazing sequel, and one of my favourite films of the year so far. And I watched for the first time tonight also Gregory's Girl, which was great. I really loved it. I thought it was a lot of fun. Lived up to a hype, definitely.
Did you identify with it, Scott?
What's that?
You know, with you being younger, did you identify with the movie? Did you kind of get it, or did you think it was like a screenshot from yesteryear, or are you familiar with the situations in it?
I'm not too sure, to be fair. But it was a really good film. But yeah, really enjoyed it. I like the characters in it quite a lot, to be fair, because I did used to like playing football when I was a kid. So yeah, there's definitely some things that I can relate to in that film.
Yeah. No,
Did you not find it very true to life, John?
Oh yeah.
It was like as though somebody's followed me round at school in the seniors.
Well, you know, This Is England from 83 and 88 and 90. Every time they come on, when they were in 83 and 80, it was exactly like it was at that point. They kind of nailed it, and Gregory's Girl kind of nailed 1980, for me anyway.
Yeah.
And it is a kind of time machine and an instant transport, but it's everything that's in it. It's exactly what it's like being in school. You can imagine being in school, Gregory.
Yeah.
And just being one of his mates.
And I fucking hated school, but I love that.
Stand By Me does something very similar to myself. It kind of, it almost transports me back. It does. I love when you have a movie that does that.
Good when you get a movie that does that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Stand By Me is phenomenal. I love it.
The 4K of it's exceptional. One of the best 4K.
I really want that since you were on about it.
Yeah.
Because if you actually look at the Blu-ray has this kind of like it kind of reminds you a bit of Carrie. It kind of has that kind of hazy look to it, where I don't notice it near as much on the 4K.
Just anything that has like the best of what nature has to offer in a movie. Like I didn't watch the full movie, but I slapped the 4K disc on and I watched the end of Shawshank, that bit where Red's walking through the little woods to get to the little tin.
Yeah.
That is exactly the same as what you see in Stand By Me. Like the trees, the water, everything. It's mind blowing.
And again, Stephen King.
Yeah.
Indeed, yeah. Two amazing films there. Awesome stuff. And before we get into the comments, everyone's links in the description box down below. So give all these guys a sub because they all have fantastic channels.
I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, sir.
No worries. And let's get into the comments. First up, we've got Sam here. Hello, mate. Saying hello, Scott, Andy, Nigel, John and Keith. Hope you all have a fantastic stream and great weekend. I'm working tonight, but we'll catch us on playback. Take care, guys. No worries, Sam. Thank you for stopping by, mate.
Yeah.
Here's Sammy G stinging and a minging in the area.
And we got Mark Norwood saying, "Oh, have a good stream, everyone." Thank you, mate.
Cheers, Mark.
Appreciate that.
All right, buddy.
Okay.
Oh, that's our guitarist.
Indeed, yeah.
Is it?
And we got Matt
Yes,
Chat
man.
saying, "Evening, chaps. There's some Motley crew on it tonight. I'm liking it." Hello, Matt.
Glad you approve, Mr. Chats.
That's right, man.
And we've also got Matt Chat saying, "Just got finished watching Bruno Mattel's second last film, Island of the Living Dead. Good, but I'm not lactose intolerant. The amount of cheese thrown at me in this week. Next up, Zombies Were Beginning." I've not heard of that film, I don't think.
Island of the Living Dead.
No, I haven't.
Don't ring a bell with me, to be fair, but sounds interesting. What about you, John?
Well, Bruno Mattei, he's a great director for making awful films. So I'm thinking Island of the Living Dead is definitely something else that I've got or heard of or watched. Could it be, it can't be, it might be Nightmare City, you know? No, it can't be.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, weird. Did that come to your mind as well? Because
Yeah.
all of these ones have got the most crazy amount of titles. And you can
Yeah, they
imagine
do.
that
Yeah.
you think, I haven't heard of that one, but you've watched it 10 times over at something else. So I'm going to look that one up.
No worries,
Unless
John.
Matt wants to throw on what it actually is. Because I'm thinking of lactose intolerance. I'm thinking that sounds like Burial Ground as well. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. Maybe it is Nightmare City, I'm not too sure, to be fair. But have you seen it before, Keith?
No, I've never seen it. I know of them. If it is that movie, I know of it, but I've never actually seen it. So, yeah, no, not for me.
No worries, Keith. And we've got Sinjin here. Hello, mate. Good to see you here. Saying, "Evening, guys. Nice to see Keith and John tonight." Yeah, definitely. Two great guys.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
No.
interesting cover.
It said it's from 2007, so I've definitely not seen
Wow.
No, definitely not.
Never heard of that one.
that. No.
Since
intrigued.
we thumbnail is a picture of American Werewolf in London, where do you guys rate that movie when it comes to werewolf movies? For me, it's definitely got to be number one. That is the top 10 werewolf movie for me. Absolutely adore it. Really funny in places and quite scary in places as well. And yeah, just an amazing 80s horror film for me. Really loved it. What about you, John?
Yeah, number one with a silver bullet. See what I did there?
Yeah.
It's definitely you can't top it. I wouldn't love one to come along. I would love one to try and topple it, like a brand new one, but I just don't think never will. I think it is the quintessential werewolf movie. It ticks every box for me.
Awesome stuff, John. I agree. What about you, Andy?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's number one for me. Single-handedly, the best werewolf transformation scene ever.
Yeah.
It's all the little stuff going on in it as well, like his relationship with the nurse, the nightmare scenes, Rick Mail at the bar. It all works. It all works. It's amazing. Frank Oz in the movie as well. Yeah, just love it. Absolutely amazing. Amazing film.
Awesome.
You made me miss that dartboard.
Yeah. Yeah. One bit that made me shit myself in that film was the bit where he's talking to that fella and the other fella shouts, "That's enough." I shat myself. First time I watched that.
Glad you enjoyed it, Andy. It is a great film, I do agree.
Yeah.
What about you, Keith?
I prefer American Werewolf in Paris. Nah,
Okay.
Fuck off.
you know what? I love the movie. I love it, but I don't love it as much as everyone loves it.
Mhm.
I think it's a great werewolf movie. I still put The Howling ahead of it, if I'm completely honest. I might actually put Silver Bullet ahead of it as well. Stephen King's Silver Bullet. Yeah. But I do love the movie. I really do enjoy it. But it's one of them movies that I watch it and it could be, close to 10 years when I watch it again. It's just it's strange. I want to love it more than I do.
Yeah.
That's fair enough, Keith. I can understand that, definitely. What about you, Nigel?
Yeah, for me, greatest werewolf film ever made. It's one of my favourite films of all time, and I just can't see them ever beating it. Not for me.
Yeah.
Love the soundtrack. Somebody needs to get that soundtrack released.
Oh, yeah.
The music in it is gorgeous.
Every
agree.
song's got the word moon in the title.
Yeah.
It's the Elmer Bernstein score I'm after.
Yeah.
You can't get it, but somebody like Waxwork could get that. They could put the score on one disc and the songs on another, and then I'd be happy as a pig in shit with that.
Yeah, definitely, that'd be awesome. I'd love
So,
the soundtrack
so what
for
would
that
you
as well.
lot put as number 2 if American Werewolf number 1? What would you put at number 2?
Ooh,
Possibly Dog Soldiers for me. I really enjoyed that film. Thought it was a really good werewolf film. That
Yeah.
one.
Second place is the top.
Yeah, Dog Soldiers for me.
Awesome.
I think I would probably have to say The Howling,
Good choice, Nigel.
followed by Dog Soldiers and The Wolfman as level pegging, because I've always loved The Wolfman from being a kid.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff, Nigel. What about you, Andy?
I was going to say Van Helsing, but that's a fucking lie.
So he's going to say Teen Wolf.
Team Wolf 2.
I think that movie's a guilty pleasure of mine.
Teen Wolf's not bad. Teen Wolf's not bad.
I quite like it, to be fair.
I like it again. It's another like feel good thing. I like the bit when his dad turns and makes the teacher piss himself.
yeah.
Except his dad looks like a fucking big daft cuddly bear, of course. There is that.
Yeah, it looks like an Ewok or something like that. You know, something from Star Wars.
You hear this?
No.
You turn round and you look. You think, "Oh, come here, love."
And imagine you see the transformation scene of American Werewolf in London, and that's when it's all done. He looks like the father from Teen Wolf.
That'd be good, wouldn't it? I'll tell you what, you know The Howling.
Yeah.
I love the transformation in that one, but Dee Wallace when she changes. Oh,
Yeah.
it really.
That's
it's
funny as
horrible.
well.
It's like a little puppy.
Yeah, she fucking shakes like that. The eyes go. Like when it turns on, it's like she goes. What?
All great choices there, guys. Have we got Born in the 70s game in here? Hello, mate. So,
Hey up.
good evening
Hey
on
up.
this sweaty Friday evening.
Sweaty crap.
My question is, can you perhaps name one horror protagonist from the past 30 years who could fit into with the Universal Monsters?
Oh, Jesus! Wow.
Sweaty Friday is a good name for a new horror film.
Sweaty Friday.
Sweaty Friday, rated R.
Double bill with Snap the Crapper, whatever it's called.
Sweaty Friday and Snapper Crapper, double bill, rated R.
That's a tough one. That.
Yeah, it is.
That's 30 years.
I'm not too sure, to be fair. I think I might have to pass on this one. What about you, John?
It's got to be a monster that can kind of come back and be there forever. So that's going to point towards Jason, which sounds a bit daft, but you've got to have somebody who can just be killed and then come back again for the next film. So I'm going to go with Jason just on that strength, but it's not really fitting in as such. But I can't think of anything else that would, monster-wise.
No worries, John. Still a great choice there. What about you, Andy?
Right, okay. It's this came to mind, and Jesus Christ, it's not a horror film, but I'm gonna go with the brain bug from Starship Troopers.
You mean the walking vagina?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to see this. I might have seen that, but I do not remember that.
When you see what it does, it's horrific.
I'd give anything to see a walking Quim.
How it kills its victims is something else. Oh my god, it's horrible. Death
by vulva. The Vauxhall vulva.
Very interesting choice there, Randy. Good stuff.
Thank
What
you, Scott.
about you, Keith? No worries,
And,
Andy.
when I was reading this, the first thing that jumped to mind was the Creeper from Jeepers Creepers. That's the first thing that kind of jumped into my head. He just
Yeah, that's a
had
good one.
that look that way he would fit into that world.
Mhm.
Even though, you know, there have been some terrible movies in that franchise. I know the first two I loved. The other two I thought were absolute garbage. But yeah, I don't know. There's something about the Creeper. I think he would fit in there.
That's a great choice, to be fair.
There's going to be one, but it's hard to think.
Mm.
Yeah, it is, definitely. What about you, Nigel?
Mine would have to go as a couple. I'm going to say Jerry Dandridge and Peter Vincent.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's not
Very
bad.
Dandridge,
That's not bad, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome choices there, Nigel. And we've also got Born in the 70s Gamer saying, would anyone be interested in Marvel movies if they gave us R-rated content? An example would be an 80 certificate Spider-Man directed by Paul Verhoeven, McGonagall. Well, that
What
would
the
be
fuck?
interesting.
Who wants to see Spider-Man sucking Superman off?
Don't think that's what he was meaning.
What a horrible thought. I don't like Marvel fucking anyway, but to add that into it? Marvel porn.
You could go with one or two ways. You
Well,
could
I
go
would say
really well or really
with the-
shit.
You know, the Joker was like like an adult version kind of thing. Yeah, I would go for anything like that had a bit more naturalistic. Well, I know Spider-Man won't be naturalistic, but anything with a bit more violence than would do me. I don't know about Paul Verhoeven. I don't know if he can pull that off. Kind of. I think you've got to get someone. I think you can get someone who's got to be a kind of maybe a good director of a Marvel movie, but know that can put extra stuff into it, arm breaking, that type of thing. People getting killed properly, not like vanishing into thin air. People getting their head ripped off and stuff like that. It's good. I think it'd be quite good.
Yeah, definitely sounds quite interesting, to be fair. Awesome stuff there, John. What about you, Andy?
Yeah, I do think it would be great. I mean, sign me up for a Spider-Man film directed by Paul Verhoeven.
Yeah, definitely.
That just sounds amazing on paper. But yeah, I don't know what else to add to that.
No worries, Andy. What about you, Keith?
Yeah, yes and no. It depends on the movie. You know, I think everyone thought when Sam Raimi took over Spider-Man, you know, the first thing that jumped into your head was like, "Oh, Evil Dead, hello."
Yeah.
You know, so it depends. It depends on the movie. You know, like I said, would an R-rated Spider-Man movie work? Me personally, I don't think so. But then when you look at the likes of Blade, you know, you need a hard R rating on the likes of them movies. I don't know. I'm a mixed bag when it comes to it.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I can understand that, Keith, definitely. And we've got Sophie here. Hello, Sophie.
Hey, Sophie.
She says,
Hello,
hello,
Sophie.
you sexy bunch of bastards. Scott, love and
Well,
America.
you know.
Thank you, Sophie. Really appreciate that. And we got Dub Boy saying, have a great chat, all of you. You give us such fun. You all deserve more than we can give. Thank you, mate. Really
That's
appreciate
very
it.
kind.
Thank
Thank you very much, sir.
boy.
You're a gentleman.
And we got Mike saying, Nige!
Mate! You big handsome bastard!
It was great being on your stream last night, Mike. Really enjoyed that. And he says, hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Having a fantastic Friday so far. Looking forward to a stream. Thank you so much, Mike. Really appreciate that, mate.
Thanks, mate.
And we've got Sophie saying, I'm currently playing The Last of Us on PS5 as I want to see the TV show. Awesome stuff there. I've played some of The Last of Us, but I never completed it. But I've heard the show's actually really good, to be fair. What about you, John?
I haven't got no idea about the PS5 game, but we're going to watch the Last of Us TV series, but we just never got around to it. $6 Million Man got in the way.
And
Watching
right
crazy TV series. Yeah.
Awesome, no worries.
I'll tell you what, a quick thing on the $6 Million Man. You know, Oscar Goldman.
Yeah.
Well, he always says to, like, I didn't notice this when I was a kid. But say, for instance, they say, "Oh, there's somebody we need to get from this remote island." So, and then he always turns around and says, "So, Steve, you're going to do it." And he's going, "Well," he never says anything. Never says, "You're joking, aren't you?" And you say, "Oh, what have I got to do? Just go to the side." And he says, "Yeah, but when you go to the island, it's like a 500-foot wall that you've got to climb up and stuff like that. There's always like you'd be shot out with a torpedo because you've got to go under the radar." And you're thinking, what point does Steve not just say, "Yeah, I'm not doing that"? He just goes, "Oh yeah, no bother." And he always gives them like the most hardest things to do. And I never noticed that when I was watching it first time around. I'm waiting for Steve to snap and just get a hold of Oscar and just rattle him because he's just going to say enough. But it's funny actually the predicaments he gets into, and because he obviously is bionic and he can do anything, but he always sends him into something he can't do. Like sends him into space and all that. And his bionis doesn't work, and he's like sitting on his like that. He's going. So I don't know. It's funny. It's a really good program actually, but I wouldn't pay £200 for it on Blu-ray. That's for sure.
No.
200.
200. 200 quid. No.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's quite expensive, to be fair. Definitely.
It is.
That house box set that I'm getting Wednesday. That could cost nearly €200.
Oh,
That one you were on earlier.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh God! And then I think about House 4.
oh yeah.
I'm thinking about House 2.
House 4, yeah. Unfortunately,
I can watch the first 3, but 4, Jesus. Oh, it's bad.
Yeah, it is really bad, to be fair.
I can't even remember it.
Yeah.
I think I've only seen it once.
Oh, it's awful.
If
I have to dig it out.
Yeah,
And
I
then
need to
bury it
watch
again.
them again, to be fair. Have you seen the TV show Andy or Paper Game?
Neither. I might get round to the TV show at some point. But yeah, never played the game.
No worries, Andy. What about you, Keith?
I'm embarrassed to say how many times I've bet that game. It definitely goes into the double digits. I can tell you that now. It's the first game I felt that gave us chemistry when it comes to a video game. The relationship between Ellie and Joel is absolutely extraordinary. You just want to play the game through just to see that relationship grow between the two. And I regard it as my greatest video game of all time, and I've yet seen the TV series because I know everything that's going to happen in it. My fiance Ellen seen the show, and every time she told me whereabouts they were on the TV show, I was able to tell her everything that happens. So it actually worked. Yeah. So there's not a whole lot there in that show that I haven't seen already, but I will watch it out. I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome, hope you enjoy it, Keith. And yeah, the game's great from what I've seen of it. So yeah, glad you enjoyed that as well. What about you, Nigel?
I've never even heard of it.
Wow.
No worries, Nigel. Have you got Sophie saying she really didn't like the visit, unfortunately? That's fair enough, Sophie.
I was going to like it. When I watched it, I thought I'd kind of get into this because it's just two kids with camcorders, like filming stuff from either angle. I thought that's enough for me, but I did get into it. I thought that the reveal was great, the twist was great. Then there was, the scene when they're playing Yahtzee. And it takes a slightly comedic turn in there, and I'm thinking I didn't expect that, and it kind of took us out of the movie for a slight second. Don't want to go into any spoilers, but remember what happens to the bloke when they're playing Yahtzee?
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought, seriously, he's doing that?
Yeah.
And then I was still reeling from that when there was the other bit with the woman and what she says with a mouthful of biscuits now and
yeah.
But then it came all right, but it kind of lost it a little bit. I think that M. Night Shyamalan, he has a habit of having these really good stories with really good twists in it, and then just that little bit ending just kind of goes a little bit off.
He's a bit like Stephen King. Apparently, Stephen King is something similar. He has this reputation of unbenamed. He can't finish a book. He can't end them properly. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm almost certain
rubbish.
Yeah, I'm almost sort of made fun of it in It Chapter 2 with James McAvoy. So, yeah.
No, he's most. I'd stopped reading Stephen King books because most of the endings were awful. You read a whole book for it, and the book's brilliant, and then you get the ending, you think, is that it?
Yeah.
And you think that doesn't add up. Misery was a good ending, but
yeah.
Awesome stuff, John. Have we got Dan for Dan's Movie Cave here? Hello, mate. How you doing?
Hey, Dan.
Hey, Dan.
All right.
Says, hi everyone, hope you're doing well. He says, I thought I'd chime in here and say about R-rated Marvel movies and just say Marvel's run its course and it needs a lengthy day off. Yep, I do agree.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah.
All day long.
Yeah, totally agree with that, Dan. And we've got Steve here. Hello, Steve.
Hi, Steve. How are you?
All right, Steve.
Thank you for joining. Have we got Michael Hewitt here? Hello, mate. Thank you for joining.
Hey,
Michael. All right.
Michael, you beautiful bastard.
And he says, good evening, all. What a lineup tonight. Really looking forward to a stream tonight. Thank you, mate. Really appreciate that.
Good, mate.
And we've got Tom 180 here. Hello, Tom. Hope you're doing
Hey, Tom, how are you?
Right, Tom.
Art now.
And we've got Adam Smith saying they all have a great stream tonight. Thank you.
That's my fiance. That's my fiance.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Mrs. Euphoria.
Awesome. And we got Mike saying Warlocks scared me shitless as a kid. And we've got Nigel here. Hello, mate. Thank you for joining.
Hey, mate. How are you?
Hello, John. All right.
And we've got Tom saying, always listen to streams on playback, so entertaining. Thanks and keep up the good work, all of you. Oh, thank you so much, mate. Really do appreciate it.
Cheers, thanks very much.
And we got Nigel saying, guys, who likes the film Breakdown with Kurt Russell? Such a great film. Can't wait to see it on DVD as I pay for DVD R2. I love the film. I think it's absolutely amazing. Quite dark and really serious, and obviously quite hard to watch because it seems very realistic and sort of like a scenario could happen in real life sort of thing. And yeah, it's just got such great performances in it, and I just love the film. I think it's fantastic. What about you, John?
I haven't seen it for a long time, but I remember when I watched it, I thought it was brilliant, and it's one of those ones that's been on my list to re-get, and because it's obviously come out, it's in a nice edition, so I will get it and watch it. But anything with Kurt Russell in is usually a no-brainer, and even if you haven't seen it, you know you're in for something special with him because he's just got. I think he doesn't get talked about enough with his actual screen presence. Kurt Russell is Kurt Russell. I think he's a massive entity that doesn't really get the sort of respect he needs. He's kind of, I think he's played a few daft roles, and I think that's kind of took his star quality down a bit, but not for me, in general.
Yeah.
Because he's like one of the heavy hitters now, but no one really talks about him in the way that do like De Niro and stuff like that. I think I should mention him more. But yeah, I think it's a great film, but I need to see it again soon.
Awesome, glad you enjoyed it, John. And yeah, I do agree. Kurt Russell is one of the best for me as well. Great actor.
Yeah.
What about you, Andy?
Yeah, agree with everything John's just said. I love the film. It's just so realistic. What's creepy about it is when you see those villains do what they do. It's like they've done this before. They've got their craft down to perfection, and it's scary. Like they know what they're doing. But the movie looks gorgeous. It reminds me of The Hitcher, the way the movie looks. It just looks phenomenal. And yeah, I always tend to do a double feature with another Kurt Russell film called Unlawful Entry. I always sometimes watch the two of them back to back because they're just two great suspenseful thrillers. Yeah.
Awesome, great stuff there, Andy. What about you, Keith?
That movie could definitely crack into my top 20 greatest movies of all time. That's how much I love that movie. As much as I
Awesome.
love Kurt Russell, and trust me when I say he's one of my favorite actors as well, I have to admit JT Walsh is the villain in that movie.
Yeah.
Really makes that movie for me. It's just you need when you have a movie like that, thriller like that, and you need a good villain, and he gives it in abundance in that movie. Like even his henchmen, Jack Noseworthy and all that, they're just horrible people. Like Andy said, they have this craft down. They've been doing it for years. You can see it when they go into JT Walsh's barn. You can see all the number plates, all the camera equipment, everything they've gotten over the years. It has the perfect setting to a great thriller. I absolutely agree with Andy as well. It feels like The Hitcher. And I haven't got a bad word. The biggest testament I can pay to that movie is it's an hour and 20 minutes long. And it's amazing what they fit into that hour and 20 minutes. Unbelievable.
Awesome stuff, Keith. Yeah, definitely agree with you there, mate, 100%. What about you, Nigel?
Yeah, I was very late at the party with this. I only seen this a few weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
Andy kept telling me about it and stuff. He said, "Oh, you've got to see it." I went, "Yes, I really want to now." Sold. And then Hellboy sent me it just out of the blue, and I watched it. It fucking hell blew me away. I loved it. I definitely could see bits of The Hitcher in it. Definitely. Some of the settings also kind of reminded me of there's a David Carradine vampire film called Sundown?
I think I've heard
It's on the best, one of the best ones. Bits of it can remind me of the scenery in there as well.
The Jewel would be another comparison.
Yeah. Absolutely. Jewel,
yeah, definitely. I'm so excited for that to come out on 4K as well. Jewel.
I was absolutely sick when it got delayed till November. I forgot about that. Yeah.
It's probably the longest one that's been talked about and not come out yet, out of everything you can think of. And it's probably the one that everyone wants.
There's no way you can screw this 4K transfer up. It's everything. It's just all natural light. They can't screw this up. It has to look good.
Yeah, definitely, I agree, 100%. Have we got Born in the 70s gaming saying, Andy, you will love Summer School, 100% brilliant movie.
Thanks. I hope so. It's one of those movies that I remember seeing the poster artwork on a VHS back in Blockbusters back in the day. I've just never seen the film. I ordered that, and I ordered another film with C. Thomas Howell in from the 80s called Secret Admirer.
That's a good film.
Preston. So I've got that coming on Blu-ray, but it's taken. I ordered it like a month ago. It's taken forever to arrive.
Oh, wow.
But, yeah,
Did you ever see a C. Thomas Howell film called Soul Man?
I've heard of it. I know what it's about. Yeah,
that won't get released now.
No.
Nah.
And so what? It's one of these ones where you think, well, it is what it is. It wasn't meant to be offensive, so don't make it become offensive because it's not. Just a comedy.
Wasn't the one with Lenny Henry where he does the opposite?
Yes, I was just thinking about that when he becomes a white fella because he can't get ahead, so he becomes. Yeah. But the film's awful because basically Lenny Henry's trying to be Eddie Murphy all the way through it, and he's clearly not. And it's horrendous for that, but it's not. The fact is that so it's kind of so what, like white chicks as well.
So say we're all white chicks, and that's a load of shit.
Oh, that's fine.
You're kidding? It's great. It's funny. You don't like it?
No, not at all.
No.
What was funny is a fucking anus full of razor wire. It's shocking.
Well.
But because it's that way around,
we agree to disagree.
I've still not seen that film, to be fair, but I've heard mixed things on it.
Oh, it is bad. It is bad.
Norbert's fucking loads better. I love Norbert.
Norbert.
Yes, fuchsia.
And we got a bad lieutenant here. Hello, mate. Good to see you here.
Oh, hello, stranger.
Hello, BL.
And you got Mike from Did You See That saying there's a particular movie that is a go-to you to watch with your family or significant other. For my family, we used to sit down and watch Norbit or Big Mama's House.
I've just read his mind.
Are those your two choices, Nigel?
No, what's a fucking Big Mama's shite? I want about Norbit though.
Big Mama's shite. Fucking hell, I bet that reeks.
I bet Big Mama's fanny doesn't know, will it? Oh.
I think
Go to watch with your family. Well, they're all grown up with that now, but if me and Laura were to watch one, now I would say actually Murphy's Law is one.
Oh, wow.
We both absolutely love that film.
Awesome. Good choice there, Nigel. I'm probably going to go with Happy Gilmore. That's a film that I normally watch with my family quite often. Such a great comedy film with Adam Sandler there. Really enjoyed it. What about you, John?
I think that's the stuff that me and Deborah watch mainly kind of, if we're into something, we'll watch a series of that. But the ones we keep going back to is ones like favourites of ours is Manhattan Murder Mystery, Woody Allen film, which we both think is so good. So that cinema actually. We don't watch too many Woody Allen films, although we do like them. But that's the one that we'll pull out all the time and enjoy. Anything that we're kind of like Mission Impossible. Actually, we watched Fast and Furious 9. I didn't talk about this one. We watched Fast and Furious 9. And it was all right. It's awful, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And we quite enjoyed it. It's stupid as hell, but it was worth a watch.
And don't forget your Star Treks.
Yeah. And the Star Treks, of course. I mean, we're delving through the whole lot of that, the early stuff. We're loving it. So, yeah, probably Star Trek at the minute, but it's ones where we can kind of, I won't think of them top of my head, but it's kind of ones that you kind of, you've watched loads of times, Die Hard, stuff like that, blockbusters. We can go back to them time and time again. Star Wars as well, some Marvel films, we can watch some Marvel films, Master of the Universe, that type of thing. Guardians of the Universe, for God's sake. So, but Deborah's well into martial arts, so any martial arts film with Donnie Yen in it she'll watch. So that's good, actually.
Awesome.
Oh, the black and white Vincent Price film, The Bat, as well. We both absolutely love that as well.
Awesome, great choices there, guys. Some really good stuff there. And what about you, Andy?
To be honest, I just I really watch films on my own. Yeah, I don't have like a massive family or anything like that, but yeah, I just sit down and watch them on my own. Because my mum and dad they're not really like big film people. My dad might watch the odd film with me, but other than that, yeah, I'm always on my own with them. I just enjoy my own company when I watch them.
That's
I must admit that there is different ones. There's regular ones like that I would go, like Gregory's Girl and The Wraith. I love The Wraith as well. That's another good one. I like to watch quite often.
Yeah.
The joke answer, the obvious one would be Caligula.
Edward Mickey Hands.
That's different. Yes, that's definitely one to watch in your own company with a nice box of tissues.
Great choices there, Andy. Good stuff there. What about you, Keith?
I tell you, the minute that comment came up, I put the biggest smile on my face because it took me right back. Yeah, there's one movie. I'll never forget this night either. I was in bed. It was around 10 o'clock at night. Ellen was asleep. I went into my room. I was me Ellen's brother's room. He had a movie collection. I picked out Polar Express. I've never seen the movie before, and I just went. It was in the month of December. I knocked it on. Couldn't believe what I was watching. I thought it was the most magical thing I ever watched when it came to Christmas. And I remember the movie ending. It was close to 12 o'clock. I actually woke up Ellen, and I basically woke her, made sure she was awake, and then started it again. I did. So we went to bed at 2 o'clock. I couldn't sleep because I couldn't stop thinking of the movie. And then that morning, I grabbed the movie and went over to my parents' house and sat down and watched it with them. I did. It was the most. Wow. I've never felt anything like that since or before. Wow. If I'm completely honest. It's a magical movie.
Awesome. Really glad you enjoyed it, Keith, and that's one of my favourite Christmas films as well. Really enjoyed it. Have we got Dan saying a couple of films I'd like to get your thoughts on? Sisu, I personally thought almost the best bits was shown in the Red Band trailer, and a movie starring Gina Carano, Terror on a Prairie. I haven't seen either of those films yet, unfortunately, but I've heard very good things about them, so I will definitely have to check those one out at some point, definitely. What about you, John?
I haven't seen them both, but Sisu, that I don't know anything about, but I'm really interested in because it's so violent. I think that's one I'm after checking out. And Terror on the Prairie, I don't know anything about, but I like Gina Carano. I think she's good. So I will get round to that. But for me, Sisu is one that I'm dying to watch, but I don't know anything about it. I hardly watched trailers. So I'm going to go in totally blind, which is what I like to do with most films that I'm films that you see and you can't really get a handle on. I don't want to know anything about them. Obviously, you get ones that are like, say, Barbie, you get a kind of idea what you're going to get. But with a movie like that, you think it could be anything. I like to be surprised. So, yeah, definitely Scissor's top of the list. And I will check that other one out because of Gina Carano.
Awesome. Great stuff there, John. Sounds good. What about you, Andy?
Yeah, kind of the same as John as well. I haven't seen either of them, but that Sisu, I'm hearing nothing but positive things about it through word of mouth, and I don't know anything about it. Don't know the premise. It kind of, just from looking at the poster, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Bone Tomahawk. I don't know why, but
yeah.
And what I'm hearing people saying about the violence and stuff in it, I am intrigued. I do want to get it on 4K, but I'll probably pick it up next month and just go into it completely blind.
Yeah.
Awesome. Sounds good to me, Andy, definitely. What about you, Keith?
Yeah, I'm just like the two boys. I haven't seen them myself. Sisu, I do want to see. Having said that, I would like to hear more than just the violence is incredible in it. You know what I mean? I look, I don't mind violence in movies, but I don't think a movie needs to be violent to sell itself. You know what I mean? I need a good story there. I need some great characters. But all I've heard from that movie is everyone saying it's very violent. It's kind of like, it's almost like what's it called, Oppenheimer. I've never heard anyone talk about the movie. Everyone's talking about the experience, which is quite strange. It's a weird thing. So I just would love to hear someone talk about the movie itself instead of its violence.
Yeah, I can understand that, definitely, 100%. What about you, Nigel?
I've heard of Sisu, and I thought, is it like one of those like foreign ones, like the from like Korea or something? And now it's just dawned was saying Bone Tomahawk. It's that one with the guy's face on the front, because I thought at first that it was him out the Devil's Rejects, who plays Chop Top in Chainsaw Massacre 2, Bill Moseley. It looks a bit like him. I don't know what the story's like, but I do fancy seeing that. And I've never even heard of A Little House on the Prairie.
No worries, Nigel. And we've got Jordan from Movie Worm here. Hello, mate. Good to see you.
Jordan.
Hey, John.
Hello, mate.
Saying, hey guys, hope you're all good. I watched The Exorcist the other day and seen it in a new light. Brilliant. However, The Exorcist 2 is the top 3 worst films I ever seen. I hated it.
Right, I've got to go, guys. I'm going to go and take Laura to the hospital.
Yeah.
So hopefully you'll still be on when I get back, and I'll pop back on.
No problem at all, mate. Take it easy.
All right, see you soon.
See you, Nigel. Take care.
See you.
And that's a shame you didn't enjoy Exorcist 2, Jordan, but I sort of expected that, to be fair. I'm hearing so many bad things about that film. And I need to rewatch The Exorcist, the first one, actually, because I wasn't a massive fan of it either when I first saw it. So glad you enjoyed it on a rewatch, Jordan, definitely. But what about you, John?
I'm looking forward to getting the 4K of The Exorcist and seeing it. I was going to watch it recently-ish in the past couple of months, but as soon as I thought it was coming out in 4K, you hold off, don't you? You don't want to have the Blu-ray again, so you just want to go for the 4K to get a new experience. So I'm all for that. However, The Exorcist 2, I'm all not for. I don't want to ever see that movie again. I saw it once on that was pre-search from the video shop, and I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. I saw The Exorcist 2 before Exorcist, thinking, oh, this is going to be great. I'm going to get my hands on this one, because you couldn't get Exorcist in the time. What a letdown. And then that kind of knocked me thinking, is The Exorcist going to be that bad? So it made The Exorcist experience better because of how good it is compared to The Exorcist 2. And I watched it and I was like, wow. So I was blown away by it. But Exorcist 2, I don't know what they were thinking about that movie. I would love to know if there's like another cut that can get at that to kind of make it better, possibly. But it's awful.
Yeah, I've heard it's really bad, to be fair, but I'm glad you enjoyed the original Exorcist. Awesome stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely.
What about you, Keith?
I am one of the rare people out there that never seen Exorcist 2. My family told me not to do it. Yeah, they were adamant. They said, "Keith, trust me, you're not going to like it. Don't waste your time. It's god awful." And I listened to them, and I never watched the movie, and I've heard nothing but shocking things about it. So I've stayed clear of it. I have watched the third movie. I actually enjoyed that one. But yeah, I never went near the second one. And just quickly wanted to mention something about the Exorcist 4K. Now, I don't know what this means, but I did read something today, and it got me a little bit concerned. So someone turned around and said 70% of the 4K transfer looks incredible. They said the other 30%, you're going to be screaming, what the hell were they thinking? So I don't know what that means. Honestly, don't know, but that's what I heard. So I'll have to wait to see. I'm dreading that there might be DNR being used on a handful of scenes.
When they do the bits you've never seen, and they put the on the screens where it wasn't there before. I wonder if when they put that together, it might look odd.
Maybe
4K, it might not work out. But DNR is something you don't want to see in The Exorcist because it's so sharp and crystal clear. It would kill the movie.
That's a good point, John. I'm wondering now, is it the scenes that were added back in that they were talking about? That'd be kind of curious to see.
Bits and pieces, yeah. It is worrying that you don't want to hear anything like that.
No.
No, that's a shame. Hopefully it will be a good transfer, but yeah, if it isn't, it'd be a bit of a shame, definitely.
Yeah.
What about you, Randy?
Yeah. Well, I thought Keith was going to say he's one of the rare people who actually loves Exorcist 2.
I was as well, yeah.
That's what I thought he was going to say.
Well, you're on a run tonight. You're on a roll tonight, Andy, because you said you like the Psycho remake. So
yeah, that's
come on, give it to us. Give it to us.
Yeah.
You loved The Exorcist, didn't you? You loved it.
Right, I have seen Exorcist 2 twice.
Right.
And it's fucking shit. It really is. It really is. It has such an amazing cast.
Yeah.
It's absolutely brilliant in it. Linda Blair's back. Louise Fletcher from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is in it. Richard Burton's in it. James L. Jones is in it.
Wow.
It's got the makings for a really good horror sequel, but fucking hell, it is awful. It is fucking bad.
So how are you all feeling about the new one that's coming out in October?
I'll give it a go.
Sure.
I've seen any clips of it. I don't know. I'll
give it, I actually liked that remake Halloween trilogy / sequel, whatever it was. The David Gordon Green 3 films. I enjoyed them for what they were, but I'll definitely give this new Exorcist one a go, just to see what it's like. But stay
well,
Exorcist 2. Jesus.
That's the one good thing that David Gordon Green has going for him. Because if anything, he can't make a movie worse than The Exorcist 2, surely.
That's true.
So at least he has that going for himself.
Yeah. It's just a weird film about locusts, and that's it.
The locust part is so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Kind of, you think, because it's bad anyway, and then the locusts come in, you think, what we're doing now?
Yeah. Wow.
You can't believe it's more like a comedy because it's so bad. You know the film Repossessed, which was the kind of Mickey tape of it. To be honest, that's like Citizen Kane compared to Exorcist
Yeah.
2.
That's what should have been Exorcist 2, Repossessed.
Right?
Yeah.
That movie, it's funny you brought that up because I think I got an email from Turbine today, and I think that's coming out now on MediaBook. Repossessed.
It's quite good, actually.
Yeah.
I do want to pick that up because I remember seeing bits of it on TV when I was a kid, and that's the only time I've seen it.
Because James, what's he called again? James, the actor who was in Cat's Eye.
James Woods? No.
James Woods, aye.
James Woods.
Yeah. He's in it, and he plays a priest, obviously. And he's just getting puked on all the time, and he's getting really pissed off.
Oh, no, that's Scary Movie, John.
Yeah, that's the Scary Movie 2, isn't it?
Well, I tell you what, get Scary Movie 2, it's really good.
Yeah. Oh, my God, that scene.
Forget everything I just said.
I
don't know anything about movies.
Can I just tell you, though, but that opening sequence with James Wood and Scary Movies 2, we showed my father that opening segment, and we were convinced that we nearly killed my father with laughter. I've never seen a man laugh as much. It was talk about a movie that could never live up to its opening sequence. James Woods, he's a goddamn genius.
Yeah.
He is. But in Scary Movie 2, that's the one with the hand, isn't it? I'm going to give you me strong hand. That scene's just so good, stirring the potatoes with his hands.
Yeah. Right,
you know who's great in that film? Who doesn't get credit for that film? Fucking Tim Curry.
Yeah.
Yes, fine.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
He's so good.
Yeah.
Definitely, I agree. Awesome.
Stay clear of Exorcist 2. That's the moral of the story.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't watch it.
Have you got St. Jude saying that House Collection will make for a great review, Keith? I will look forward to that one. Defo.
Yeah, I have a kind of plan that I might do an unboxing for it and then do 4 individual reviews for each movie. I'm presuming the 4th one will probably be only around 3 minutes long, the video, but we'll get through it.
Yeah. Awesome. Have we got Tom saying anyone seen a Spanish film from 2012 called The Body? Excellent mystery film, twisty. I haven't seen that one, no.
Sounds good. But
it does sound quite good, to be fair. I think
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah, not too sure much about it, though, to be fair. Got Sophie say Gregory's Girl was a brilliant film. 100% agree. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, brilliant film.
Yeah.
And we got a bad lieutenant saying Think Rita soon Bob 2 captures late 80s very well. Yeah. And we also got Sinjin saying that it transports him back to the 80s as Rita soon Bob 2 as well.
That's one that will never be made today.
Yeah, no, I have heard.
Not at all. Yeah. So good.
Yeah.
I need to watch it, to be fair. I've heard it's really funny though.
Oh, it's so good. Honestly, you'll be laughing your head up at it.
Yeah.
It's so realistic as well. There's bits in it you think, they're not going to go there, but they do.
Yeah. It's that opening music's just amazing. Just the bass line. That the Rita 2 Bob 2 song is like, wow. Yeah.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, really good. Then you got Black Lace in there as well, singing the gangbang song.
I know.
Nuts.
Wow.
Yeah. He's such an underrated actor, though, the fella who plays Bob.
I know, he is.
Yeah,
he's
right. Really good in that film.
Obviously, the dad who's drunk, you would think he was drunk properly, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
He's so believable.
Yeah.
It's a great film. Honestly, Scott, you'll love it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Glad you both enjoy it. And what about you, Keith? Are you a fan of it?
I've never seen it.
Oh, Keith, you'll love
never
it.
Seen it.
You will.
Yeah. Never. As a matter of fact, I'm going to tell you now. I've never actually heard of it before.
Oh.
Yeah.
No,
it's honest. I can't really explain how good it is. It's just really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's strange. Never heard of it.
No worries, Keith.
Definitely worth a watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. And we got Slipknot fan here. Hello, mate. did
Right.
sort of talk about this one earlier. I think most of us chose American Werewolf in London. And what was your one, Keith? Was it Howling? Was
Mine
it?
was the Howling.
Awesome.
Mm.
Thought it was.
The only thing I
And
want to say, can I just say one thing just about the Howling, just in case you haven't seen it? But there's a fella named Sean Clark, who does location pieces. He goes over, movies.
Oh,
Goes
yes.
picks out a famous movie, goes to locations. But he does one on the Howling anyway. But he does do a sketch at the end of this episode of the Howling, and it's to do with that transformation scene in the Howling. And if you have a chance to just check it out, you'll be in tears laughing watching it.
Yeah.
But basically, he's making fun of the fact that the transformation takes so long, and yet the woman is just standing there. And basically, he swaps himself out. He puts himself in instead of the woman. And he's doing this thing where he's looking at his watch all the time, and he's like, and then he goes off and he gets a drink and he comes back, and the transformation is. It's great.
It does go on forever, you're right.
Yeah.
Have we got Ian Neal with Ramblings here? Hello, Ian.
Right, Ian?
He says, "Hi everyone, hope you're all well having a really grand time. Kes 1969 is a film I saw as a child. It reminds me so much of that time. Brian Glover is wonderful, a proper film. I still need to see Kes actually, but I've heard nothing but amazing things about it, so that is one I really do want to check out. You enjoyed it, John?"
Oh, yeah, it was great. I don't want to go into too many spoilers, and I won't talk about it, but it's one of those movies that I thought was brilliant, but I don't really like to watch it again.
Yeah.
It sounds a bit weird, that, but I've got... Anyway, I don't want to say anything more than that, but the fella who plays Kes, yeah, I've seen him quite a few times. Deb is from Barnsley, and this bloke lives in Barnsley, so I saw him when Deb's mum and dad lived in Barnsley Centre. We used to go down there quite a lot. We used to see this bloke walking around Kes a lot of times. There was some spray paint on the wall with a picture of Kes on it and that. So he's quite well respected there. And also, Brian Glover used to be a wrestler, and I've seen him wrestle in the Newcastle City Hall one time with my dad years ago. So he was a great wrestler because he had this persona of being angry all the time. So people were shouting at him, he used to get really irate, and bounce up and down. So it's great to see him live, and he was a big bloke and that. But yeah, Kes is a great film, but everyone who's seen it would understand what I mean about the fact that I don't really want to see it again.
100%.
So yeah.
Glad you enjoyed it, John. Really good stuff there. What about you,
Great
Keith?
film.
No, I never said it, and it's funny enough. I haven't seen it, but I know exactly where John's coming from because I've heard him say that to me before with other movies. So I think I have an idea of where that movie goes and why John wouldn't be too quick to revisit it. So
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Andy?
Yeah, I completely again agree with everything John has just said about the film. It's an amazing film. But without going into spoilers, that ending is just, it's one of the cruelest endings to a movie you'll ever see. And it's just the rewatch value isn't there because it hits you, it stays with you. And you're just like,
Yeah.
I loved it, but I can't go back. I can't go back and watch that for a good while because it's just, it's too upsetting.
Yeah.
like that. It's I'm sure it's a completely different thing altogether, but I kind of feel the same way with that Eden Lake.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's that the ending is so unbelievably cruel, and the payoff is not there. And as much as I like the movie, I can't watch it because of its ending.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
like
fair.
that with the mist. The mist gets me for that.
I don't mean to sound like a cruel bastard, but the first time I seen The Mist, I actually broke my ass laughing at the end of that.
Yeah.
I know. I mean it. I just thought he was just that unlucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great ending, but it's so tragic. I thought.
Yeah.
I loved the film until that point. I've read the book, and I can't remember the book being that nihilistic. But yeah.
But he started doing that thing when he started doing that, him down on his knees, like no. I just thought it was hilarious. I loved the movie. I can't stress to you how much I love the movie, but that ending is Very strange. Very strange.
Yeah, definitely. I got Marvel fan here. Hello, mate. Saying hi.
Hey, man, how are you?
I mean,
Doing good. Have we got Peter McCluskey here? Hello, mate. Thank you for
Hey, Peter.
joining.
right, Peter.
Saying hey, everyone. Fantastic lineup tonight. I've got the Exorcist 4K on pre-order. What is your preferred cut? Only ever seen a theatrical cut. I've only seen a director's cut myself, so I can't really compare it much to the theatrical one. But I'm assuming it would be the director's cut. I think it's got some really good extra scenes in it, from what I remember. And yeah, just got some really good extra scenes in it. What about you, John?
I'm the same, just a longer cut. I watched the theatrical cut loads of times, and when it came out with the extra bits, I thought, I'm dying to see this because of the spider walk and all that. And when I saw it, I thought they're brilliant. And you can't see the film without the spider walk now. So you've got to put it in. So you've got to watch that thing. And I think with the extra ones where they put them extra little bits of, the subliminal messages in it, that they make that for me. So I like everything they've done. If you tinkered with it, sometimes you think what they've done, but I prefer that. So the sort of, is it the version you've never seen before? Is that the final cut they call it? Something like that. So that one for me.
Awesome, great stuff there, John. What about you, Keith?
If I did me, ideally when it comes to me in The Exorcist, I would just look to get a cut of the version that's the theatrical version, but you throw in the spider walk scene, because the spider walk scene is probably one of the scariest scenes in The Exorcist, and why it wasn't in the original cut, I will never fully understand. But I would have to go with the director's cut, then the one with the spider walking. That has to be. You can't watch The Exorcist and not see that scene. So
I agree.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff, Keith. What about you, Andy?
Yeah, I feel the same way. It's director's cut for me is the best one to go for. That spiderwalk scene was absolutely iconic. I remember watching The Exorcist for the first time, and I was watching the theatrical cut, and I was like, "Where's the spiderwalk scene?
Yeah,
where is it?" Because I knew about that scene before going into the film.
Yeah,
and it's just the longer version of it, all the subliminal stuff. There's a scene I can't remember if it's in both versions, but I noticed it more in the theatrical one where it's towards the end of the film where they're in the bedroom, and the statue that he finds the head at the beginning of the film, the statue shows up in the room. I just remember just being blown away by that. What a amazing callback. That film is full to the brim of so many underrated callbacks in it to what happens at the beginning. To the bit with Father Karras, and he's on the subway, and the homeless man says to him, "Can you spare some change?" And then it just cuts, and then he's talking to the devil, and then the devil, out comes the homeless man's voice saying, "Can you spare change?" It's amazing. It makes you think that maybe that homeless man died, and now the devil's got hold of him, and he's just completely messing with him. It's just, there's so much going on in that film. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's really clever.
Yeah,
I agree.
Awesome.
The heartbreaking thing about that movie on 4K though is I have to, because I bought the deluxe release of it, and it's not coming out until the 23rd of October. So someone said to me, "Would you not go out and buy the standard release?" And I was like, I can't do that. Just for the sake of seeing it. So no, I have to wait, unfortunately.
Yeah. I ordered the steelbook from
Amazon. Is the standard out on Monday?
Sorry,
is it coming out Monday, the standard version?
Yeah.
I'm saying, is it due out? Yeah.
Sorry, Andy, what did you get?
I just said I pre-ordered everyone seemed to say like, "Oh, it's sold out." The 2 special editions that are coming out, it's gone. That's it. So I was like, "Oh, okay, well, I'll have a look at the steelbook." That had gone, and then I took your advice, Keith. Went over to Amazon Italy, and lo and behold, the steelbook was there. So I was like, "I'm having that."
I like the artwork in that.
Yeah, so I'll see, because I got the Ferris Bueller's steelbook from Amazon Italy as well, because that was still there, and
brilliant.
it's exactly the same as the UK one. It still has the UK age rating on it. It's exactly the same.
Yeah. And correct me if I'm wrong, Andy, but I'm almost certain that steelbook that you're getting of The Exorcist, I don't think you can get that other than Amazon Italy.
Oh, okay.
I'm almost certain now. I think every steelbook that's available for The Exorcist has the original artwork, so I think that might be an Amazon Italy exclusive. I might actually pick that up myself.
Yeah, even better. Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely. Is it a big Bible edition you've ordered, Keith?
yeah.
Awesome.
I actually had both of them pre-ordered, the deluxe release and the collector's edition.
Oh,
and
nice.
My Ellen kind of looked at me and went, "You're getting fucking one, and that's it." So I had to get rid of one of them. So.
And we got a bad lieutenant saying we put American Werewolf a very close second behind Lon Chaney's Wolfman. Awesome, great choice there, mate.
Can't really argue with that.
No.
And we got Nigel saying, do you guys like Anaconda 1 and 2? I really like them, but 1 and 2 are the only Anaconda films on needs, not great things about the sequels after. That they look like B movies. I've only seen the first Anaconda, so I can't really comment much about the second one, but I like Anaconda, even though it's really stupid and cheesy. It's a lot of fun. I did enjoy it a lot. What about you, John?
Same as you, Scott. Cheesy fun, Anaconda. I've got the box sets. I haven't been through it yet, but I'm interested in watching it because I think they all look awful to a certain extent, and I'm all about that. So for me, Anaconda, the first one, is a decent movie. It's fun. It's daft, and the other ones are probably just going to be daft, but I'm going to enjoy them for what they are. So, but I haven't got no knowledge of them. But I do think that movies like that, maybe when they first come out, you were a bit sick of the fact that you probably got a decent movie with Anaconda, and the rest of them were just like rip-offs of the movie, and they're just like poor. And you tend to got a bit like jaded about that. But these days, you kind of just think when something's bad, you kind of embrace it, and you run with it more than you did when you were like incensed when you would get like a really bad sequel. Well, apart from Exorcist 2, I don't think that'll ever come good. But these other ones, these daft sort of rip-off sequels, there's plenty of them. I think they're all quite fun. And I think at this point, I enjoy box sets like that a lot more than I would have done on release, back in the day.
Yeah, definitely. Awesome stuff there, John. What about you, Keith?
I've only seen the first one. Anaconda is the only movie you will ever see where you can see a waterfall going backwards.
Yeah. True.
It's a bit of a hard mistake, though. You know what? I thought it was okay. John Voight is absolutely terrible in the movie.
Yeah,
he is shocking in that movie, and it breaks my heart to say that because he's such a great actor. I don't particularly like Jennifer Lopez either. It's just a hard watch for me all around. I can only imagine what the CGI must look like now because it didn't look all that great back in the day. So maybe I need to revisit it and just see.
Yeah,
I've never seen the sequel, so.
Hold up. No, definitely the CGI definitely doesn't hold up these days. That's for sure.
All right.
What about you, Andy?
Yeah, I've seen all 4 of them.
Awesome.
Yeah. The first one's the best of a bad bunch.
Right.
It is what it is. John Voight's terrible. He's a nasty little shit in that film, though.
Yeah.
He is.
What he does to that girl when he's tied up is like, that is just horrible. And I watched the second one, and believe it or not, the second one's not bad. It's not awful.
Right.
It's okay. It's not a good movie, don't get me wrong, but it's not bad. Parts 3 and 4, let's put it this way, to cleanse my palate after watching them, I had to watch Exorcist 2.
No, that's bad.
They're trash. Yeah, David Hasselhoff couldn't save it. John Rice Davies is in both of them, and he couldn't save them. They are terrible.
Wow.
Oh god, just lowest common denominator shit.
Yeah.
They really are. Yeah.
I bet you they're kind of like. Do you know what that franchise reminds me of a bit? The Species movies.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, I know I didn't see the second Anaconda movie, but I seen the first Species and I thought it was quite decent. The second one I think was not bad as well.
I didn't mind Species 2. I thought Species 2 was okay.
I think it was okay, but I think the other two after it were supposed to be absolute garbage.
Yeah, 3 and 4 are garbage. You know those 88 box sets like Species. Yeah, I know what you did last summer. You know what would be another perfect one? Lake Placid.
Oh, yes.
Lake Placid would be an amazing 5th box set.
I agree with that one.
You can put that maybe Cruel Intentions in there as well.
Yeah. Just a mediocre film with a load of shit sequels. Let's just which one can we do next? Yeah.
Defo. Have we got Josh through the lens here? Hello, mate.
Hey,
Josh.
Hey, Josh.
Have we got Nigel saying it? I don't understand when people refer films they like or love as guilty pleasures. That's fair enough. I can definitely understand that. Yeah. What about you guys?
It's more to the point that you don't want to admit you like it. It's like this film and I shouldn't like it, but I do.
I think that's how we can put a guilty pleasure. Yeah, you would think like you would say if you picked a movie that you think everyone is going to laugh at you for.
Yeah.
But you really enjoy. It's not really a guilty pleasure, but I think you feel guilty for the fact that people probably would laugh at you about it.
Yeah.
But I don't really consider a guilty pleasure to be like it's a film that you like. It doesn't matter how bad people consider it to be or how daft or how ridiculous that you like. I mean, I watched Xanadu recently, and I would say that would be a guilty pleasure because a lot of people say it is an awful film and the music's atrocious on most of the parts, and I just don't even understand what I watched when I watched it. But it was so good. Yeah. But it was awful. But it's a bit of a guilty pleasure because I liked it so much. In fact, I was amazed at how much I liked it.
But it's one of the movies. It starts like I'm right in saying it's ELO's "I'm Alive" is the first song in the movie.
Yeah,
which is a great song, and then you end with Xanadu, which is absolutely incredible as well. But then there's just so much crap music as well in between, which is a bit of a shame. But I do like the movie.
But the storylines, I don't know what they were thinking of when they did the storyline. It just doesn't make any amount of sense. No. The bloke at the start, he's a drawer, so he draws this thing, he doesn't like it, he goes, and he just throws it out the window. And the pages go past this picture of these 7 people standing there, like spray painting on the wall, they all come to life. And he's effectively created them. And then one of them goes off, and it's Olivia Newton-John. And he spends a whole movie trying to speak to her. And she keeps coming back and goes, and he goes, oh, and then she vanishes. And she turns up, but it's never explained at all about this whole why he needs to meet her and all that. And all the cast is really odd. But Gene Kelly's brilliant in it.
Absolutely.
I was expecting to be really, really poor. And obviously the bloke out the Warriors is in it when you think, well, what's he doing in this?
Yeah.
And, but it's great, but awful.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I need to check that
Glad you enjoyed it, John. Yeah. I need to watch that as well, to be fair.
I rewatched Grease at the weekend in 4K, and I was like, it just looks stunning. So,
which one? Sorry,
I rewatched Grease at the weekend on 4K, and I was like, wow, it blew me away.
Beautiful.
It gets better each time for me, that movie. Every time I watch it, enjoy it all the more each time.
Do you know someone said something to me about that movie on 4K? And this is a man I trust when it comes to 4K, and I'm struggling to see what he's seeing when it comes to Grease on 4K. But he turned around and he said to me one night, it's John Clancy, the movie collector.
Yeah.
And he said to me, he says, everyone keeps talking about Grease and how beautiful it looks. And I was like, well, yeah, because it does look beautiful. But he keeps saying that if you actually look at the frame of this movie, it's all out of focus. Now, I tried. I've done it since he told me that. I can't see what he's seeing. So maybe because he's seeing it on a projector, maybe he's able to see it a bit more. I don't know.
No,
but Grease is probably up there as one of the best looking 4K transfers I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I noticed on Grease, on the DVD I had or the Blu-ray, it had the pictures when they're in the cafe and they're drinking the milkshakes. The pictures behind them were all blurred out. and it was to do with Coca-Cola and stuff like that, and they didn't want to pay for the advertising for them, so they
Right.
blurred them out. I'm sure on the 4K, the back, you can see them again.
Right.
It was a
Oh,
bit of an odd
wow.
thing. Yeah.
That's strange.
Maybe he's
Yeah,
looking at
Grease
that.
is great.
Yeah.
One of my favourite musicals, that one, definitely.
No, that's great.
Gets better for me each time I watch it.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Right, cheers.
Definitely.
Hey, James.
Hello, James.
Hey, James.
Just got those people talking about themselves, which is great. Have we got Nigel saying, "Hey Andy, wow, I'm loving your top 15 favourite. Please keep going."
Wow, thank you. No, it makes I'm glad I'm getting such positive feedback from them, because it's makes it all worthwhile. People are enjoying them, so yeah,
Right.
yeah.
They
I
are
just-
really good.
I just finished filming 2002 last night, so that's what that pile is right there. That's the 15 from 2002.
Right. Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, they'll be coming out in October.
Nice.
Personally,
Yeah.
I've got to say, Andy, when you talk about movies, when you pull out certain movies, or you go into like movies that you watch and all that, you'll always come up with some, and I mean this in the most positive way. I would have never thought you would have liked them.
Yeah.
And I think, how would you know about these? Have you got a time machine? Have you been back to the VHS
Yeah.
days? Because you're pulling out some stuff, and I'm going, oh yeah, I remember that one. I'm thinking, how come I haven't got it or whatever? But no, credit to you for your wealth of knowledge when it comes to that, because
No, thanks,
you probably like a lot of stuff, but you know more stuff than you should do, if that makes any sense.
I know. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I'm going to be doing, after I finish the 90s. There's two big videos I'm going to be doing. One is my complete 4K collection, and
Nice.
I'm going to do a video about why I collect physical media, and I'm going to go into everything, but not so much everything behind me, but why I love films and why I collect them, and the state of things at the minute, the way it's going. It's just going to be me in front of the camera talking for however long about why I love films, and it's that's going to be my next big video after the 90s.
Good one.
Yeah,
I actually done a video kind of like that. I done that. I think it was my 26-year journey.
Yeah.
And I actually kind of looked fondly back on that video. I actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think that's probably what's inspired me to do it, because we all have, a history with collecting films. We all have, the love for it. It's the love for films is something that you were born with. Money can't buy it. It's in your blood. It's the way you're wired. You love movies. I can't explain why I love movies. I just do. Everyone has something they're passionate about, and mine just happens to be films. And I just wanted to build a big collection and do as much research into films as possible and see as many as possible, because there's so many times I've watched a film I've never heard of and I've gone, fucking hell, that's an undiscovered gem. That it's what we love, it's what we do, and I'm going to keep collecting till the day I fucking die. So yeah,
it's you're right. It's one of those things that I don't even try to explain it. If that makes any sense. Someone can come on. Someone came on to a video of mine. It was the video that I done where I showed off my front wall here, and this horrible little bastard came on and he said, I have 4 times the size of your collection, and I have it all on 2 hard drives. You stupid little bollocks, he called me.
Wow.
And I was like, no, you go and sell your 2 hard drives and see what you get for it. And I'll go and sell my collection, and we'll see what I'll get for mine, and we'll see who smiles at the end of it. But I can't explain. I can't talk to these people. I don't even know why they come onto my videos. They'll never understand why we do what we do.
No,
you could try explaining it to them, but it'll just go on deaf ears.
Yeah.
So yeah, look, I'd actually really looking forward to seeing that video, Andy. Because I know for a fact that when I watch it, I'll relate to it.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, thanks. It's just finding the time to film it. I might do it this weekend or next week. I don't know, but it's I've got to be in the right headspace to do it.
Yeah.
There's no point me doing it if I'm not in the mood to do it.
Absolutely.
Viewers deserve more than that.
That's it.
Just a quick one here. Just got my hand on this. It's just because it's there.
Oh,
wow.
The physical thing to have it in your hand to own this thing. You can have the thing, but you can have it in a little hard drive. You can have it in a sort of little pen drive and that. You think what? Yeah, but to have that and just to be able to sort of, just the physical. It's having it in your hand. It's perusing it. It's the tactileness of it. It's the connection with it. It's the putting it in order of albums that come out. It's and movies that came out. So there's so much you can do with stuff. I mean,
it's I kind of got that. I got it a few times when I've done the videos on my laser discs. So many people came onto me laserdisc videos and go, why are you getting so excited about something that you can't play? And I was like, I'm not even going to try to explain it to you because you'll never get it.
Yeah.
It's having something you can turn around and look at and go, I'm fucking proud of that.
Yeah.
I can't look at 2 hard drives and go, I'm fucking proud of that. Where's the joy and mentality in that? We only live once, and if you can find something you love, fucking do it, go for it, dedicate your time and money to it, because you're only fucking here once, and just do it. Fucking enjoy it. That's the main takeaway. Fucking enjoy it.
Someone actually said to me there, it was actually only just recently, and it was on that video as well with the wall. Someone actually brought up this, and what are you going to do when you hit 70? He was basically saying when I'm getting at that age now. So I turned and says, my instant reply to it was, hopefully buy another pod to fit all the stuff that I've gotten in the years since I was getting that. And that's how I replied to it. But I know exactly where he was going. He was basically saying, what are you going to do at the end of your life? Like, when you're at the end of when you get at a good age, it's going to be all just wasted. It'll never be wasted. Because once I'm alive, I'm going to treasure it. And when I'm dead and gone, who gives a fuck? It's. Yeah, I don't know. Some people are just unreal.
They are.
It is. I won't understand it, but it's there. If they want to watch films on streaming, and that was another point I was going to get into, is you don't. I know having big collections is not for everyone. It's not.
No.
Yeah.
It's not how they want to do it. If you can love films as much as we do and not own a single DVD, I don't have a problem with that at all. But you treat people with fucking respect at the end of the day. That's the way it is, and you just you can't build a collection overnight. We all know that. It's taken years to accumulate what we've got, and it's just something there to look at and be proud of.
Yeah,
and I think
that's another thing.
Don't have that going for them.
That's another thing I find myself doing a lot of explaining as well. It's just funny you said that. You built this over years. But I noticed that people do go onto my channel and they just seem to think that this all happened in a year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I always have to explain to them, like, this is like a nearly a 30-year collection you're looking at. It hasn't happened overnight. It's but again, like I said, it's it just goes, it kind of falls on deaf ears, unfortunately.
Yeah, 100% agree. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Perfectly said, all of you. I totally agree with every single word you've all just said there. To be fair, couldn't have said it better myself.
I get it. I get it out in like people I work with. They're just like, you still collect DVDs? It's a fucking dead format, and I'm just like, this is a dead conversation. Fuck off. I'm not interested.
Yeah.
That's fucking epic. That's epic. Yeah.
Just don't
drop.
talk to me. Yeah.
Yeah. You need to tell me what I can and can't buy.
I know. Yeah.
That's it. It's your choice at the end of the day. It doesn't matter to anybody else. You're not harming anybody.
Exactly.
And just have a smile. And just it's funny because it seems like with physical media, not include like anything you've got physical media, people seem to have a big problem with somebody who wants to collect certain things. And you think, well, it's not harming anything or anyone that you're doing. And if I wanted to collect whatever, it's just my choice. But it seems with physical media, it seems to be more scrutinized than anything else. Maybe because we're in this bit of physical media clique. Maybe
Yeah.
they do the same thing with other things like, I don't know, like models or toy cars or something. But probably is like the same in every sort of little group. But for me, if you're not into it, like he said, if you're not into that type of thing and you want your hard drive, that's great. But don't come onto somebody's physical media channel and say that's a load of rubbish, because it's not
Yeah.
to that person.
It doesn't make sense.
No matter
There's
how
no
you say
sense to it. There's no sense to it at all.
There was
No.
another comment. There was another comment that I got there 2 days ago. Some fella, and again, it was from that video where I showed off the wall. I got a lot of shit over that video, and another fella came on and tried and said, "My God, you have the most amazing collection, but I'll never understand movie collectors like yourself who has such an amazing collection, but yet you have such a shit sound system." And I was like, "Excuse me?" I said, "I've one of the most expensive sound bars that's ever been made, probably the greatest sound bar that's ever been made."
Yeah.
And no, I didn't phrase it like that. I just basically said, "So, mate, look," he said, "You obviously," I just said to him, "You obviously don't know your sound bars, because if you did, you wouldn't have left that comment down." And then his response was, "Well, your system is nothing near as good as my sound system." And I was like, "Well, I'm not going to comment on it because I don't know." And it started getting to this whole juvenile thing. So I actually just tried and I said to him, "Look, this comment, or this conversation is just becoming very juvenile, and I don't want to have any part of it." And then it just ended with, "Shaw, go fuck off and play with your toys then." That's what he said. And I never understand. I can't, I would never be able to go onto YouTube, anyone's channel, and put down anything nasty. Ever.
No.
I do not understand why people have to be like that. I'm talking about something that you don't know about. It's heartbreaking. You know that they don't know what they're talking about, but yet they felt the need to put down a comment as stupid as that. But yeah, look, such is life on YouTube, I suppose.
Well, you get them.
Yeah.
What a fucking shadow dwelling little prick. Jesus.
Yeah.
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 What about ends?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like if it means that much, why aren't they doing a YouTube channel? Why aren't they showing what they got?
Yeah, very true.
There's aspects to this community that have been so welcoming, like people like yourselves and you. When I started, you guys absolutely embraced me, and we do the same to anyone else. But if you come along being a fucking arsehole, nah, fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I get it.
What's the point?
I get it. I absolutely get it. I'm just, it's you tell yourself that you get used to these things, but you don't. Sometimes words do hurt. Sometimes, you try to ignore them, but they do hurt in the end. And you just need to know when not to respond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, big time. Yeah, I've been down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know it only too well, Andy.
Yeah. Jesus. But the fucking nobodies at the end of the day.
Yeah,
Yes.
Exactly.
100%.
This and everyone watching and this, when we talk about and we share what we love, that's what's important.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
Definitely.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
And it's been a great night tonight. Really enjoying this so far. Thank you guys.
Great. Thank you. No problem.
No problem, Scott.
Right,
that's why
let's
I'm
get back to the comments and cut off all this fucking deep shit. Let's get
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah, definitely. Have you got Lewis Smith here? Hello, mate. Good to see you here.
Right, Lewis?
So,
Lewis.
England, Scott, and guess hope you're all good. What's your top 3 British films?
Oh.
Great question there, Lewis.
It is.
Oh,
Wow.
I think Snatch is going to be one of them. I really love that film. I think it's an incredible Guy Ritchie film there. Lock, Stock as well. I also really love that film. I probably slightly prefer that over Snatch, to be fair.
Yeah.
I really like Rise of Foot Soldier as well. That's another incredible British film that I can think of. Oh, actually, no, I think I'd probably prefer Trainspotting over Rise of Foot Soldier, to be fair. Trainspotting's one of my favourite films of all time. Absolutely love that one. What about you, John?
That's a tough one, that to come out with 3. I'm going to put Gregory's Girl in there, of course.
Yeah.
I was thinking there's another one that come in mind there that I really enjoyed. I like a lot of British films. I'll probably put a Carry On film in there, although I don't know which one at this point because I'm revisiting all of them. So I'll say definitely Carry On of some dumb description. Probably Carry On Camping, Gregory's Girl, and one more. I used to love watching British films, and then you kind of get out of the habit of doing it, and then you forget about them all. You forget what ones are what.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll have to have a think about that, and I'll come back at the end of this, and I'll put another one in the mix. But at this point, I'm struggling.
No,
I need the shelves there. I need me shelves just to look at and say, "Why?"
Yeah, no, definitely, no worries. What about you, Keith?
Yeah, I two movies instantly just went bang like that to me when I read that comment. Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz. Instantly.
Good, yeah, great choice.
You know, I was only just talking to my fiance about both of them movies last night. It's almost like Get Out and Us. That's how their topic got brought up. I kind of said to Ellen, we were just talking about Get Out and Us. So I was like, can you pick between the two of them? And she was like, oh, it was very tough. And I was like, it's almost like Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz. Trying to pick between both of them movies. So, yeah, I would definitely have both of them in. And I love Actually. I can't stress to you how much I love Actually.
That's a great film, to be fair.
It's incredibly funny. It's very moving. It's just a Christmas treat to watch. Yeah, so I'm a big fan. There's a few in there. There's so many I could put in. Dog Soldier would definitely be in the top 5 as well.
Yeah, awesome. Great choices there, Keith.
There's a bit in Love Actually that makes me piss my pants every time I see it.
Which one is it?
It's the Chris Marshall character and his friend, and he's talking to him about, oh, I'm gonna go to America. I meet the women over there, and his friend just has like the most blunt line ever to him. He says, "You're a miserable, boring arsehole. You must accept it."
Yeah.
I like Bill Nighy.
Yeah.
Billy Mack. I said it to so many. I want to see a Billy Mack movie. I want to see a Billy Mack movie. I want to see what that would be like. Yeah. I think it'd be incredible.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh god, it's so funny.
Let's get pissed and watch porn.
Yeah. I've turned down Elton's.
I've got a third one. I don't know if it's British, but I've got a third one.
Okay.
A Shot in the Dark, the Pink Panther movie.
Oh, yeah.
See that.
It is Blake Edwards did that one, so I'm going to call it. It is a British one, so I'm going to go A Shot in the Dark because it's got a great scene in it where Inspector Clouseau, he's in a room, and it's really well done. And what he does is he's waiting for this woman to come in. So he goes out of this door, and this woman's coming like a different way, but he gets distracted and looks down the hallway. She comes through, goes into the room that he's already been in. There's another bloke comes past him. He walks around, and this bloke's doing some other stuff, and doors are opening. This fella's opening. He's looking back, and the door's open, and then he's turning around, the door's shutting because he's shut it. It's really well done. And when he gets back in the room, all he's done is go out the room, have a look around, get confused, go back in the room. She's sitting in the room that he's just got out of, and she's going, "Hello." And he's going, because you didn't understand how she's in there. I mean, only that's for about 5 minutes, but so good. But it's a great thing anyway. But Shot in the Dark for me.
So there's a question to ask both of you there, then all three of you, sorry. Because I noticed none of you mentioned American Werewolf in London. Do you class American Werewolf in London as a British movie?
They're doing away.
I kind of see it as a hybrid.
Would you say something? What would the likes of Life Force then? Would you say that's a British?
Not in that, so I'd probably say.
It does feel British, yeah.
Yeah,
it's got that British feel to it. Yeah. You can get some American movies that are shot in Britain. There was one called Woody Allen one called Scoop, which I think was shot in the UK, and it really comes across like a kind of American version of a film. I know it's got the UK. It's in London, but it's very Americanish in its theme. But I get some movies just seem too English to be American, if that's
yes.
Yeah. Definitely. And what about you, Andy? What's your three British films?
Full Monty, definitely.
This is two.
Yeah, because there's two. But Full Monty and probably Rita Sue and Bob too.
Nice.
That's great. And there was this one. I watched this a couple of weeks ago for the first time. I don't know if you guys have seen this film. It's called Party Party.
No, I've not seen that. No.
It's
heard it. I'm sure I've seen that one.
It's kind of like a British 80s version of American Pie.
Oh wow!
Nice. Sounds good.
It's really good. It's like a group of friends who New Year's Eve party's coming up, and all they want to do is hook up with girls, and the girls want to do the same. They just want to hook up with guys. That's the movie.
Wow. Okay.
And it's great. It's got the guy who plays Billy Mitchell from EastEnders is in it. It's got the guy who used to do the Flash adverts. You know, Flash does the hard work, so you don't have to. He's like the main guy in it. It's got Nick Berry in it from Heartbeat. He's in it. And I know John's seen, you know, Scum, the movie Scum.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The main, well, the first rapist in the greenhouse scene. Who was in Hellraiser as well. I think he played Frank in Hellraiser.
Yeah.
He plays a cop in this film, and all he wants to do is get with this other female cop, and she's absolutely having none of it, and he's just getting pissed off throughout the film. It's just so funny. Really good film. You get it for a couple of quid off Amazon. I think it's like $3 or $4.99.
But awesome!
It's,
sure, I've seen that. You know.
It's worth checking out. Really, really funny movie.
Mm.
There's a couple of people from like that you notice from like Emmerdale in it as well, and I think Carolyn Quinton's in it as well. It was just such a funny movie.
A-listers from the soap.
Yeah. There's a fella in it from. Do you remember there's the two bandits in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, and they're waiting in the woods. One of them's in it.
Right.
Like, he just can't get with any girl, and he's just getting more and more frustrated. It's so funny. Yeah, British version of American Pie, I'd say. Yeah.
I've got a movie here, Andy. I don't know if you've seen it, but I would put this in the same sort of Rita Sue and Bob 2 mold. Dancing in the Dark.
Not seen that.
No, I've not seen it. Not seen it.
Oh, it's so good. It's really good.
God.
It's got a fella in called what's he called? Con O'Neill, and it's just like Rita Sue and Bob 2 in a fashion. It's not as like out there as that is, but I think you like it. It's got a really good. I think it's from about 1987, no 1990, and it's a good thing. Someone's on a hen night and it all goes wrong, so you can find that one. It's a decent one. Have you seen that one, Keith?
No, definitely not.
Because I'm thinking Con O'Neill, and I'm sure he's Irish. I think he's Irish. He could be Scouse.
Okay.
That sounds completely wrong, but
then it's an Irish movie. We're claiming it.
Just added that party to watch this on Xbox, so that looks really fun. Looking forward to watching that, definitely.
You'll have a blast with it. It's in 1983, I think it came out. But just the British version of American Pie. That's the best way I can sum it up.
Awesome. Sounds great. Yeah. Have we got Winslow here? Hello, mate.
Hey, there.
Winslow.
He says, what would be your Death Row final film?
You can answer mine. I'm sure you know.
What does Death Row mean? Is that label or is that?
No, that's like if you were on death row, what would your final film be? That you what kind of like what would be your final film?
Yeah.
Probably Faces of Death.
Shocker.
Yeah, the Green Mile.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah. I'd say I watched the Green Mile. Fucking wet that fucking sponge.
Imagine you get in the chair. Did you wet the sponge?
Yeah. Wet that fucking sponge.
I'm not too sure, to be fair. I really can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Well, the other one would be Dead Man Walking.
Dead Man Walking, yeah. It's Halloween for me. Every
Well, I
time.
would say I want to watch Friday the 13th because there's 12 of them, so I can just put 12 on. 12 films to watch.
Yeah, James Bond. I'm watching them all.
I might go with the Rocky films and same reason I'm watching all of them. Yeah,
Yeah,
gotta be.
I suppose.
Got Nigel saying, did you guys know Werewolf by Night is coming out in colour version now on Disney Plus? I did not know that. Any of
I
you
wouldn't mind
guys
seeing
aware?
that. No, I didn't know that.
No,
I still haven't seen it, but I would like to see it in colour.
Is that the short film they put out a couple of years ago?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's
It rings a bell. I never
About an
saw
hour
it.
long, was
Never seen it.
No, I
Probably
read
because it's on Disney Plus. That's why I never watched it.
Yeah, to be fair, definitely. And we also got Nigel saying, who are your favourite actors or actresses? I'll be honest, I can't think actress right now, but I will say who I really like are Kurt Russell, Ray Liotta, Robin Williams, Michael Keaton, and I'm assuming that means Michael Douglas. Great choices there, mate. Really great actors there. I'm going to have to go Robert De Niro. He's amazing. He's got to be up there. Also Al Pacino, just because of his performance in Scarface and Carlito's Way. Also Heat as well, another brilliant performance in that. Obviously Sylvester Stallone, my childhood actor. Grew up watching all the Rocky films, of course, and obviously First Blood and loads of other classic films that he's been in. So yeah, he's got to be up there as well. Jack Nicholson as well, another one of my favourites. He's got to be up there. Such an incredible actor. Obviously, his performance in The Shining being one of my favourites. The Departed as well. So yeah, those would be some of my favourite actors. Actresses, I do really like Charlize Theron. I think she's really good. Like her in a lot of films. Scarlett Johansson's pretty good as well. And Anya Taylor-Joy is absolutely incredible. What about you, John?
Yeah. I would say for actors, Stephen Graham, I think everything he does is immense. Paddy Considine, I think he's brilliant as well. Out of that list, Kurt Russell definitely, really Otter, Michael Keaton, brilliant. And who else? I had a good one in mind. Of course, you were thinking about these things when you were talking. I said, "Oh, I've got a great one." Forgotten it. I was going to try and for actresses, I would say. It's a tough one, that, because usually I don't really think of any actresses as being bad. Usually everyone that I see, an actress, they're always good. So it's hard to pull out some ones with them, but there's obviously got to be some that you prefer. The other ones, I really liked Madeline Kahn, who used to be in all of the Mel Brooks films. She was so funny. So I would definitely have Madeline Kahn up there. And there's got to be many, many others. But for me personally, I don't ever see. It's hard to get a. You can get loads of bad actors. I do like Danny Dyer. I was going to say Danny Dyer there, and that's not being funny. I think he's great for what he does. You know, he's not the best actor, but I just think all his parts. Danny Dyer is Danny Dyer. You know, I like him for that. Although I don't think he's not up there with Robert De Niro, that's for sure. But you know.
No.
Yeah. But actresses is a hard one because I basically like every actress that I see, which sounds a bit weird, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, definitely. Great choices there, John. Really good choices there, definitely. What about you, Keith?
Pauly Shaw. No.
Well, yeah.
Fucking Bible.
You know, it's a hard question because there's just so many. I think probably one of my go-to people would be Harrison Ford. You know, but Kurt Russell. You know, come on, Snake Plissken, McCready, Jack Burton.
Yeah.
All the John Carpenter movies, unbelievable. You know, Tom Hanks, Johnny Depp, probably one of the greatest character actors of all time. I know that's a bold statement, but it's true. Actresses, I always seem to go to the other. My first two is always Jamie Lee Curtis and Sigourney Weaver, and mainly because I love the characters of Laurie Strode and Ellen Ripley. So, but I kind of agree with John. there's just so many great ones out there. But they are probably the two that I would jump to.
Actually, there's one come to mind there when we're talking for actresses, and I've got sort of turned on to her recently, and I thought, oh, she's good, and I really want to see everything she's done. Emily Blunt, I think she's brilliant.
I mean, she's frighteningly consistent. She is.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen a bad movie from her.
I know. Rebecca Ferguson.
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, great choices there, John, for actresses as well, and great choices to you, Keith, as well. Really good picks there. What about you, Andy?
Yeah, actors for me, it's all of the above. Everyone who's been mentioned. Yeah, I kind of think of the ones who are no longer with us as well, because we had some amazing ones. River Phoenix. John Candy.
Brilliant, yeah.
Marlon Brando was amazing in his day.
John
Belushi, yeah, absolutely. But when it comes to actresses, I'm a big fan of Emma Stone. I like her stuff.
Very good.
Yeah.
Keith mentioned, I fucking love Sigourney Weaver. I think she's great. I know a lot of people know her well, like her for Alien and Aliens, but for me, it's always been Ghostbusters.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Dana Barrett. I'm a big fan of Christina Ricci. Fucking love her stuff.
He's back.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's,
Nigel.
she's underrated.
Yeah, Nigel.
Very nice.
Right. I've missed all the juicy bits.
Yeah. And I'm going to say I'm a big fan of Janine Garofalo as well. I just love movies she does. She does some great comedy. She was in a shit ton of stuff in the 90s. Like Reality Bites and The Cable Guy, and she was in an Irish film called The Matchmaker, which is really good.
No, I've never heard of it.
I recommend it, Keith. It's a lot of fun.
Oh wow, okay.
But yeah, she's another actress I absolutely love. So yeah.
Awesome, great choices there, Andy. And Nigel, what about you?
Favourite actors. Robert De Niro, Bradley Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio's really shot up. Last couple of films I've seen in him, he's fantastic. Really like him. Jenna Ortega and Mia Goth. Mia Goth's incredible.
Oh yeah, she's great.
Yeah.
And I do actually like Kurt Russell as well, because he's. I was listening to what Keith was saying earlier on. He's just, whatever he's in, he's just fantastic in.
Awesome. Great choices there, Nigel, and good to have you back on as well, mate. You've been
Cheers,
on
mate.
the stream. No worries. Andy, Nigel also says Brendan Fraser's another good choice, to be fair, mate.
Yeah.
The Whale, wow.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a tough one.
Yeah. Got me, Nigel, saying his favourite Kurt Russell films are Breakdown and Unlawful Entry. I love them. Great choices there, mate. I really love those films as well. I think my favourite might be Big Trouble in Little China, because that's the one that I grew up with. Absolutely adore that film.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. What about you, John? Do you have a favourite Kurt Russell film?
Well, obviously, Escape from New York. Brilliant. He hasn't made a bad film for me. I recently watched, what was that one I watched? Stargate. He was great in that.
Oh, nice.
What else he's been in? Well, been talking about A Bone Tomahawk. That was another one that's kind of, it was like a movie of like just a huge build-up to the most carnage you'll ever see in a movie. And I was going, I didn't see that. I knew it was going to be violent, and all the way through the movie I thought, it's not that bad. And then when it come to the end, and I thought, my God, just ramped it up. And he played a really good, and actually the Hateful Eight as well is good in that. He's great in Death Proof. Stuntman Mike.
Very underrated. Very underrated performance, that.
So, That's one of my favourites with his, because he goes from being such a nutcase and like a sort of like man's man to being, when he's chased by the girls at the end, he's screaming like a baby. Because he doesn't like pain, and it's so funny.
Yeah.
Awesome, great choices
He's
there, John.
He's done hundreds of films, good films.
I agree,
Overboard,
definitely.
great.
Yeah, definitely. What about you, Andy?
I was going to say Captain Ron, but no.
I like that movie.
That movie's got some charm to it. You know, it's pretty good.
I like it.
The first movie I ever saw him in, and I remember it was broadcast on like ITV, and I remember seeing like the TV spot for it that was going to be on Saturday night, and I was like, I've never seen him in a film before. He looks like a boss actor. So I was like, okay, I'll give it a go. And it was Executive Decision, and I fucking love that movie.
It's a good film.
Yeah, I love Executive Decision, and I adore Tango and Cash. Tango and Cash.
Yeah.
I was thinking of that Tango and Cash.
Tango and Cash is amazing.
Two boys work so well together.
They do.
Yeah.
Rambo is a pussy.
Such a great film, Tango and Cash. I love that one.
Yeah,
great choice, Andy.
Yeah.
What about you, Nigel?
My favourite's probably The Thing.
Yes, that's another great one, yeah.
But I do also love, it's been mentioned, Death Proof. I love Death Proof. I've never seen Unlawful Entry, but I really, really want to see it because of how much I enjoyed Breakdown.
Unlawful Entry is brilliant.
Great.
And basically, anything he's done for Tarantino, I totally agree. I don't think I've actually seen him in a bad film, what I've seen so far. I haven't seen everything by him. I've seen Tango and Cash, but I've only seen it once, and it was like, I think it was on the telly not long after the video release, or a couple of years after. And I do remember actually really, really enjoying it. But it's a film I've never owned.
Yeah.
But my top two have got to be The Thing and Death Proof, I think, for me.
Awesome. Great choices there, Nigel. I forgot about The Thing as well, to be fair. That's definitely up
No,
there for me.
how could we forget about The Thing? Wow.
I know, yeah. Such a great film. What about you, Keith?
I suppose I should try and just name movies that we haven't said already. Backdraft.
Backdraft.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
There's a movie I actually really like from him that no one ever talks about. I think it was called 1,000 Miles to Graceland. I think it was called.
That one.
Yeah, with Kevin Costner.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
No, yes. I quite enjoyed that movie as well. Stargate. Colonel O'Neill sticks out as well for me. But then all the John Carpenter movies for me. Big Trouble, Escape. Even LA, I love Escape from LA. I love the movie. I know no one likes it, but I love it.
See that one.
No, I love it. It's the same movie, but I love it.
It's a
He's actually, it's not even we're just sitting here. He's actually the perfect actor.
Pretty much, because he never does any wrong, does he? Really?
No.
I think the hard question would be to try and name a movie that's crap by him.
Yeah. I also want to see the Elvis film with him. I've never seen that either.
Yeah, I've seen the Elvis one. Yeah.
I did like the Elvis one, but not for the fact of him. I just didn't like the way it ended in 1973.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Oh,
that was the only downside for me. But he's great as because I think Carpenter didn't want to show Elvis on the decline. He wanted to sit when he finished off when he was at his pinnacle, which isn't really what you want to see in a biopic of somebody. You want to see the full thing, for me anyway.
Have you ever seen Sky High?
Oh, no. There we go.
That's all right.
It's bad.
Yeah. There's a really good hockey one he did called Miracle for Disney.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Yeah, that's a pretty good film.
Oh, I found a one that I did hate. It wasn't him, it was the film. I can't remember what it's called, but it's a science fiction film and it's one word.
Soldier.
Soldier.
Oh, Jess, I love that movie as well.
Oh, man, it was awful. I watched an hour of it and I thought, I'm going to watch it till the end. Sorry, I watched 55 minutes. I thought I want to stick it out. There's only about 25 minutes left. I couldn't.
That movie is a spiritual spin-off to Blade Runner.
That probably explains why I don't like it. I don't like that. I don't like sci-fi.
Apparently, if you watch that Soldier movie, there is tie-ins to Blade Runner.
Okay.
Oh, straight. Who directed Soldier?
Paul S. Anderson.
That's not even the same director, then, is it?
Well, he directed Resident Evil. He did Event Horizon. You didn't like that either.
Red Rising. I don't think I've seen that.
No, Event Horizon.
Event Horizon.
Event Horizon.
Oh, no. God, no. I didn't even get half an hour through that fucker.
What about Tombstone? I'm just looking through a few of his things.
Oh,
I've never seen that one.
Bad one.
Unbelievable.
I haven't come across one yet.
Keep forgetting he was in Bone Tomahawk, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good performance.
And
of his as well.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Tequila Sunrise.
Oh, shit. I forgot about that as well.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's not bad at all.
I only watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood a few weeks ago, and I can't remember him being in it.
He's very, he's in it, but
Yeah,
his role's very small.
He breaks up the fight with
Bruce
He
Lee,
breaks up the fight
That's
with
right, yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't he married to Zoe Thingy in it?
Yeah, that's yeah.
I want to call her Zoe Ball. I can't remember her last name. That Australia, New Zealand lass.
Bell, is it? Is it Zoe Bell? No.
Zoe Bell, and that's the one. How could I forget that?
He's
But
just
yeah,
such a
no,
likable actor.
He is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
In all
is.
fairness, when you see him even being interviewed, he just comes across as he's just a nice man.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's
He seems to be quite fun. He seems to have a fun personality. Doesn't take too much seriously.
I even liked his Christmas movies, the Christmas Chronicles. I actually enjoyed that movie as well.
So
Now that I think of it, it's
He's been in so many great films. It's unbelievable, really, to be fair, how many good films he's done.
I agree.
Yeah. But I'm going to go through a few more comments and think about wrapping the stream up. But we've got Jake Talks Movies here. Hello, mate. He says,
Hey,
evening,
Jake.
everyone. When
Hey,
we
Jake.
starting this band, then, right, there was a song that I was going to... Going to do Stiltskin Inside. There we go. I'm going to regret this one.
What's happening right now?
Inside
You are
by
about to be
Stiltskin.
entertained, John. That's what's happening right now.
okay.
Right.
Okay.
And if you think that I've been losing my way, that's because I'm slightly blinded. And if you think that I don't make too much sense, that's because I'm broken-minded. Don't keep it inside. If you believe it, don't keep it all inside. There we go.
Right, I'm off to watch Exorcist 2. See ya.
And if you think I'm slightly blinded, but slightly fucking tone deaf, and I'm slightly blinded. Oh, wow.
That was great, Scott. I really enjoyed that. Thank you.
Britain's Got Talent. Get your ass on there.
That was bad, wasn't it?
It was so amazing. It was so amazing that I would never want to hear it again. I just want it to be a one-time experience.
I feel privileged. Wow.
Yeah, there we go. That's a nice Tom ever doing that. Have we got Gary here? Hello, mate.
Hey, Gary.
All right, Gaz.
Hey, Gary.
That was great.
The boy saying apparently they have combined Batman and Boogie Nights. It's called the Dark Boogie Night, and the R-rated version as rises at the end.
Wow. Sign me up.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. Wow. Have we got the boy say we need Bourbon Goodwin discovered masterpieces, being as the film studios destroyed everything but it transcripts. Who's Ron Goodwin? I've heard of him.
Rings a
His
bell.
name.
Mrs. Goodwin's son.
Oh, Goodwin.
Not too sure who that is, unfortunately, Del Boy. Got Matt Chat saying, John Island of the Living Dead is 2007. He followed it up with Zombies at beginning in 2008, and he died right after. He's back on top 4. Take from that what you need.
Okay.
What a late year to make a film like so 80s like that, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised about them. I'm surprised I haven't heard of them, and also it's quite late for a director like that to make them type of movies.
Definitely. And we've got Jake Talks Movies saying Andy needs some advice thinking about putting Trigger on a professional Blue fans. It's £90. Do you think it's worth it?
Blue fans. I'm not too sure what that is, but
Would I be right in saying that's the Everything Blue release they're talking about?
Possibly, yeah.
Okay,
I assume so.
Depends how much you like the film and what it means to you. If you absolutely love the film, then 90 quid's probably worth it.
Yeah, I think the film is one of the best films ever. It's awesome. One of the best action movies.
It is good. Yeah, it is good.
It was, but it was only a one-time watch for me. It was so depressing. I just couldn't sit through it again.
Yeah.
She was fantastic, and considering her age, she was only, 13, 14-year-old when she made it?
It's kind of like
wow.
Luc Besson's version of Kez.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can see the similarities.
Yeah. Really good film, but fucking depressing ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see her leaning over him going, "The fat twat." You bastard.
I'd have to see The Audition, but fucking amazing film, though.
I mean, for 90 quid, it'd have to be something pretty special as well, obviously. You're not going to pay 90 quid for
do you know what? If it's the release that I think it is, do you know the video I done for The Fifth Element?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same maker. It's the makers of that box set. It's identical to that.
It's the same director, isn't it?
Same director as well.
Yeah. Luc Besson,
Actually, that was pretty good.
It's definitely one of these old singing, old dancing things with all the bits in and stuff.
I think 90 quid's pretty decent if it's that.
But if it's out of print, 90 quid's not too bad, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's not. It is. It's decent. What you say, the most, the price of it probably 90's all right. You've got to wait in the pros and cons of these things, haven't you? Because sometimes you can get some.
Yeah, don't buy it for the sake of it.
When it comes out, £30 exactly the same version, which won't do, but that'll kill you.
Is that the 4K version as well?
I'm presuming so, yeah.
Yeah, because I was going to say if it was Blu-ray, probably not 90 quid, but if it's 4K,
yeah,
lovely set like that, yeah.
Yeah, definitely worth getting. I think, Jake, if it's 4K, I think it'd be worth having for sure. Got Matt Chat saying The Exorcist and Exorcist 3 are the only films in that collection worth your time. Both were written by William Peter Blatty, and you feel his absence in the other Trod films.
What's the matter with 2, like?
Great.
What's the matter with 2?
Yeah.
What's right with 2?
Yeah, no, I've heard that 2's so bad, to be fair. I'm not looking forward to watching it.
We've got to get this watched.
I know, fucking hell. Even my DVD player spat it out.
It's the first time you ever heard your DVD player. Yeah. The first time your DVD player, you actually heard that noise coming out of
it.
Oh.
And we'll make this the final comment of the night. We got Tiger Blue here. Hello, mate. Saying, evening, gentlemen. Great listening to you all. What do you think of the movie with Now and I really enjoyed that film, to be fair. I thought it was really fun and entertaining. Got some really good performances in it by, can't remember the actor's name. He played one of the doctors in Doctor Who, I think.
It's Richard E. Grant and Paul McGann.
That's
McGann,
it.
that's the one. Oh, McCann.
Yeah.
Really cool British film, actually. I really enjoyed that one. What about you, John?
Well, I watched it when it came out and I couldn't stand it. And then I've watched it again when I got the Arrow Blu-ray because I thought I'm going to give it another shot, and I thought it was brilliant. I got it the second time around. The performances from them two is great. And it's so many quotes you can get off that movie. And everybody I know who's seen it love it. So I think it's absolutely brilliant. It's just a weird movie as well, but I think that's why when I saw it, I didn't get it when it first came out. I thought, what's this? It didn't connect with us in any way. But now, actually talking about it, I want to watch it now. Yeah, good movie, really good movie.
Awesome, glad you enjoyed it, John. What about yourself, Andy?
I've seen it twice, and I know it's a good film, but I just can't gel with it. I haven't.
Do you think you might come good with it, Andy? Do you think it's?
I think I will at
be
some
one
point.
that can.
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, because
I'm not there.
Because
yet.
everyone was going on about it, and I thought, but I've watched it and I thought it was rubbish. But I went back to it and I thought, wow, this is maybe, we talk about a lot of times you can go back to a movie anytime and hate it and then go back and think, oh, it's brilliant. So you might, I know what you're saying about, it's, there's something in there, but you haven't pulled it out yet.
Yeah, it's there. Just I haven't unlocked it yet. It's just not. It's not there yet with me, but I know it's a good film. But it's, I just don't know. I haven't been drawn back to rewatch it yet. Don't know, just something stopping me about it. But yeah, I just know it's one of them cult classics. And the performance,
I like in it too. You've got the two main performers, and you've got the other bloke who's in Wayne's World.
Yeah,
he's amazing in that movie, but no one ever talks about him being in there.
Yeah, no.
With a strange accent.
It took me a bit to realise it was him.
I know.
Del Preston, the roadie from Wayne's World 2.
Yeah.
And Richie Griffiths as well. He's great in everything he's in.
Yeah, definitely.
But don't know what it is. I just can't gel with it.
Again.
Yeah. No, that's fair enough. Andy can definitely understand.
I hope I do gel with it one day, but I think I might need to invest in the Blu-ray in it, to be honest, because the DVD is not the best quality. But
yeah, definitely.
Actually, the Blu-ray is nice.
Yeah,
the VHS was awful. I remember that. So dark.
What about you, Nigel? Have you seen that film before?
It's not a film I've ever fancied. I've heard mixed reviews about it. I've never fancied it. I've never watched it.
That's fair enough. Can understand that, definitely. What about you, Keith?
Yeah, I'm a bit like Nigel. I've never seen it either, and I'm not in a rush to see it, if I'm completely honest. I know the premise of the movie, and it's just something that's I was never too interested in. Yeah, if I'm completely honest. So no, I've never seen it.
I used to have a mate who tried to feed me the same line over and over, thinking it was hilarious. Apparently, one of them, he loses his rag and says, "You terrible cunt," and thinks it's hilarious. I said, "Well, that's not a reason for me to watch the bastard."
Yeah.
I can say that myself if I want to hear that.
Yeah.
It is a little bit hilarious. Terrible cunt.
Laura's watched it. She said it's shit. But I know Lass and it's her favourite film, so that's what I mean. I've heard that many mixed reviews about it.
Yeah, it divides a lot of people, but the language in it, the swearing in it is absolutely brilliant. That's one of the best things about it.
Yeah.
So you'd be probably going to kick out of that, Nigel, I'll tell you.
You're trying to say that?
And I'm just knowing your form,
You love that, you foul-mouthed cunt. It's got loads of swearing in it.
Basically.
And that would be the final comment of tonight. Thank you all so much for your amazing
I feel
comments.
robbed.
Oh, sorry, Nigel. Really
That's so it's not your fault. It's mine of anybody. Well, not really anybody's fault, is it?
No, definitely not. Really appreciate all your amazing comments. Again, sorry to all comments that I did not get to, like always, but I thank you for the amazing comments. Really do appreciate it. And of course, thank you to all you guys for joining me tonight. I really appreciate that as well.
Thanks, Scott. Cheers, mate.
Thanks for having us, mate.
Thank you.
Cheers, Scott.
No worries.
Thanks a lot.
And before we end stream, everyone's links in the description box down below. Give these guys all the sub. They all have amazing channels.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks very much, mate.
Thank you. Thank you.
No worries. And we all know what we do before the end of the
Well,
night.
this is going to be a case we all want me, you, and fucking Andy doing. That's if he can be asked, because these two fuckers won't do it.
I don't think I can be asked tonight.
Oh, he's trying to look cool in front of these two. Get it fucking done. I had to make him look a twat. Look at him, he's blocking it.
Oh, my camera's gone off.
Covering the fucker up like that. How with my arms are aching.
Bye. 1, 2, 3. Shiny.